Last time on the Wings of Freedom, our party found themselves in a precarious state. Heavily damaged and missing a lot of energy for spells, the party questioned if it would be wise to take some time to rest or risk it and continue on with only a couple seconds to catch their breath. Choosing the latter option, the party quickly healed and headed on their way to the middle of Westrun. Whereas they approached the makeshift palisade, they soon found that the door was unguarded and unlocked. Upon entering, the party saw Thymor standing atop a glowing blue portal. Words were had, and soon the party engaged Thymor, who seemed to be having a tough time against a party of 1-on-6, even with the help of a turned Kuznath. Calling for aid, murder soon appeared out of the tent and onto the battlefield. More blows and bloodshed were exchanged until Thymor retreated into the portal, leaving Murder all alone. Finding themselves without a target, some of the party began to attack the gate until Murder shattered the hidden crystal disguised as a fountain, causing the portal to collapse. Battle quickly resumed, with much gusto as both sides seemed to be wearing thin at this point, till Murder killed Aurora, Bavine, and severely wounded Boomy. Kuznath, having been freed at this point, ended the giant Goliath's frenzied fighting with a snap of her jaws and a crack of her talons around his neck. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we start today's game, with Boomy currently on the ground, bleeding out.
Maddie's immediately going to flinch and use one of her remaining first spells and get Boomy off the ground.
Okay. Go ahead, roll that.
We don't get our spells back, right? As until we get a full rest.
Correct.
Yeah, not until a full rest.
Yeah.
All right.
So Maddie,
So
Maddie
essentially, we're
just...
still level 10. Essentially, we're
Yes.
still level 10.
Yeah, you are level
Yes.
10 still, even though we did level up in the last one. But
All right, I just want to make sure.
But I healed Boomy for 9 points. Boomy
Yeah.
is back up.
yeah, Boomy, as you are drifting in and out of consciousness, as the blood flowing through your ears, you hear Maddie say a couple quick words under her breath, and suddenly you are once more alive, but on the ground prone.
I'm just gonna stay laying on the ground for a little bit. And then look.
I think he's like, oh my goodness, we have 3 people down. Okay, all right, we just need to calm down, okay? Is the gate okay? The gate's down. Are there demons around? Are we
Calm
safe?
down, Vicky. It's over.
Yes, all right. I got around learning a new spell. I can bring them back. But I just don't have the energy right now.
None of us have the energy. At this point, we killed at least Murder, but we didn't get him.
We still have the town to look for right now. The raid is still going on, right? I say as I look around to see what's the condition of the city, as if it's probably still in battle.
Yeah, well, you can't really see outside the palisades right now, unfortunately. However, as you're kind of listening around, you can still hear the battle raging on, but you do seem to notice something has shifted in the air. With the destruction of the gate, it seems you can hear cheers from outside the makeshift palisade. The throes of battles increase, screams and roars are heard all about, but as time seems to be going on, they seem to be fading into a less of a din and more of an eerie silence as you guys continue to wait.
Don't we have that massive demon still around the city?
No, I think we killed it already.
We killed it.
Boomy gets to her knees and looks around.
Maddie
Oh,
sadly walks
May have been
over
loud.
to...
But why don't you brand the fellow laying on the ground right there? One that's so happily murdered our friends.
And at that reminding, after being woken up, seeing dead bodies and the dead bodies of friends, I'm just gonna, as hard as she can, just jam her hand right into that guy's face.
Okay. As you do that, you see the brand start to cement onto his skull. And as you do that, you see his body actually start to feel warmer than normal. And as you pull your hand away from the brand, you see that from the brand, his body starts to burn and decay, and just until there's nothing left but a black skeleton. As you do that, you see something fall out of his forehead with a punk, 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 punk.
Maddie's gonna walk over and she's just gonna sit next to Bavine's body and
I'm
softly
going
weep.
to pick up the thing that fell out of his forehead.
Okay, as you look at it, it appears to be a crystalline eye made of a deep purple gem.
He did have that third eye in the forehead.
Seems so.
Also, as the body burned away, his weapons are still there, along with what appears to be a pouch of some kind.
I'll leave y'all to it. Seems like most of you need a moment. For me, I'm gonna check outside. Wish y'all
Don't
adieu
go
for now.
alone.
Don't worry. Come on, Vicky. Grabs Vicky.
Vicky, but we have dead friends right here. I can bring them back. I know I can. Vicky
Wait.
tries to, like,
You.
get close to what's it called? Aurora, and she's just trying to like check the body.
Roll me a medicine check.
Oof. Okay, this should be interesting. Medicine check. Medicine.
22.
Oh, okay.
As you examine the body, she is unequivocally dead. There's no breath coming out. As you kind of like look into the eyes that are open, there's no life in them. You don't see any breath rising or falling with her. She's kind of displayed in a rough angle. And with that medicine check too, I mean, Bavine's got his head chopped off.
That's the thing that I'm really worried about. So within the knowledge of me of my casting ability, and with that roll, I know I cannot revive a being in that condition, right?
With that medicine roll, there might be a way, but you can't think of it right now.
No, but so what I want to know is that I know, as my character, I cannot revive that person in that condition.
In that condition, no, but there might be ways of fixing that condition.
Okay. So, all right.
With that medicine roll.
All right, that works.
Kitchen?
We need to find a way to preserve the bodies right now.
Yeah, I'll leave y'all to it. I do not have anything in store.
Yeah.
But look, I'll be fine. I'm gonna progress outside, see if I can get any help. We need to preserve the bodies. And I'm gonna have Mallow actually go through the doors over here.
Okay. As you go to try to leave, you suddenly hit a barrier. Poof.
Oh.
As a rainbow of sparkles cascades around a barrier in front of you.
Oh, great. The gay beams.
So this is what Vicky's gonna do for now, while everybody does whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Vicky's gonna get close to the two bodies, put them together, and she's gonna spend 10 minutes to cast Tiny Hut for now.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah. And Maddie at this moment is she's just crying into Bavine.
Mm-hmm. Kuznath walks over to you, Boomy, but doesn't say a word as she just sits and looks at the body of Aurora.
Mallow's gonna try to figure out a way to get through this thing. Does it look like the wall goes upward as well? Is there a roof?
Give me an Arcana check.
All right. I need to figure this out. 23.
23. As you kind of watch the sparkles, you see that it kind of goes up and then goes above you. So you get the funny feeling that this is a very high-powered object and barrier to the point where it doesn't look like you can get out by normal means.
Well, screw me sideways. I'm gonna think this through. Is there anything around here that seems, I don't know, specific?
There's a
magical?
broken fountain over here where you saw him shatter the crystal. There's another fountain over here, and then there's a tent over here, over to your right, as you're walking back,
Oh, yeah, I see.
looking back at the party.
Hmm.
And then the portal in front of you is completely blank.
He he's thinking about smashing the fountain, but he may not want to. Doesn't want to break the silence, so he's gonna go ahead and go into the tent. for
Okay.
now. See if
All right.
we
Are you
can
searching
get
for
it.
stuff in there?
Yes, anything that could help get out, or maybe something specific that could.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
All right, investigation. 18.
Okay. It's pretty easy. Once you go in there, it is a very bare bones tent. There's literally a desk sitting there, a chair, and a bed. Or actually, 2 beds, excuse me. One is very large. You assume that's probably Murder's bed. But you do see a black chest in front of you, made of dark metal with gold trims adorning the sides. Depictions of dragons can be seen etched into the side. You see another. You see a pack there as well.
Packed.
Yeah, like a backpack.
Okay, he's gonna investigate over there. Then he's gonna check the backpack. First?
Okay, the backpack. Inside you find basically a normal accoutrements: a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, a couple of torches, rations, a water skin, 50 feet of rope. You do see a case of some kind that is like oddly tubular in regards. You see a winter blanket, some common clothes, and you also find some herbalism kits. Or a herbalism kit, excuse me.
All right. He's I mean, everything else seems pretty normal,
Mhm.
but he's interested in the strange object in there as well.
Strange objects in the pack or in the tent?
In the pack, you said it was like some sort of tubular object.
Yeah. As you're looking at it, you can see that it's a black case, but as you look into it, the leather has been etched and pressed in the form of a 5-headed dragon, circling around the tube.
Oh, goody. This is a little something from dear old Tiamat. How nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
As Keatron revs up his engine.
Yeah. He's about ready to charge into the realm Thymor's in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But that's what you find. You still have the chest there.
Okay, will do. Well, we may as well try to open the chest. Is it unlocked? Can it be opened?
As you go to move the latch on the top, you feel that it is locked.
It is what?
It is
It
locked.
is locked.
Yes.
Oh, great. Hmm. If only he had anything lockpick related. Well, he's gonna at least keep the box.
Mm-hmm. Put a scaled tyrant English case in your bag.
I'm gonna call it box.
Well, it's not really a box. It's like what paper would go in almost. Okay.
Okay. I'll do scale time case.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, is there anything else, or is that pretty much it that you could?
Other than that, it's plain Jane. And well, the big thing you noticed is all this stuff is like on one side of the tent, and as you go and try to go through the other side where it's kind of bare, you press into that same barrier.
Oh, great! Just great. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
This had to happen.
Yeah, it seems to cut through the tent halfway.
Great. Well, all right. This is annoying. I'll gruffly get out. He's gonna bring out his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, annoyance. Start whacking the fountain here.
Okay, roll an attack.
All right. I need to figure things out.
And while he's doing that, what are you guys doing?
Maddie's still crying into Bavine. She's just sobbing uncontrollably.
Vicky's spending 10 minutes and casting a ritual.
Mm-hmm. Tiny hut. Got it.
I haven't seen Mallow wander off and then wander back silent in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I am going to get up and go see what he's doing.
Okay, well,
I just tell Q-Snap to stay there.
okay. She kind of nods and is just staring at Aurora. Keatron, what are you doing? We'll get to you two in a sec, okay? Keatron, what are you doing?
He's just standing above, looking down, just silently staring.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know how to function right now.
Okay.
Just.
All right.
Though I do have a quick question.
Yes. What's your question?
Can Maddie look at Bavine's things to see if she can find any small item that she can keep?
Yeah, go ahead. Go make an investigation check.
Investigation.
20. You find that he has a ring on his finger, and then another ring on another finger. You find a scroll there as well. And then as you dig through his pockets, especially in his saddlebag, you come across 2 large lumps. And as you pull them out, you see that they are diamonds.
She picks up the diamonds.
Mhm.
How big are they? Like, how much would they be worth?
In essence of game terms, just out of character, there's a diamond worth 300 gold, and there's a diamond worth 500 gold.
She pockets both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Because she would obviously try to present these to, like, Vicky, if that's the spell that she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And she will take one of his rings. Just
Okay. Which one? Left or right hand?
right hand.
Okay. You get a ruby ring that feels very warm to the touch.
Okay.
Alright. And as that's going on, Mallow, you summon your staff and you kind of look at this fountain and you wind back and you hit it. Go ahead, roll damage.
Yeah. Okay. I forget how much my staff can do.
It is a 1. Keatron, help me out. It's quarterstaff.
One-handed or two-handed is using.
Two-handed.
Two-handed.
Two-handed, so 1d. I think it's a 1d8.
Yeah, it's a 1d8 for two-handed, 1d6 for one-handed.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So 1d8
Plus your dex
plus
or strength.
plus your dex modifier.
Yeah.
Though, hold on a minute.
As it is his packed weapon, he also gets a bonus to it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
reading. It's just considered magical is the only bonus he gets.
He's proficient with it.
Yeah, he's proficient with it because
Well,
it's
yeah.
his packed weapon.
Yeah,
To
but
hit,
that's-
yes.
yeah,
Damage,
that's-
not so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, not so much for damage.
Yeah, but it is magical. So,
Mhm.
so roll damage would be 1d8 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay. That would be D8 plus 3. 5.
Yeah, 5. You whack it, and you just see a bit of the stonework chip off underneath, but it's a very superficial wound to it. As Boomy comes walking over to you at this point.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Boomy.
What are you doing?
That hits.
I'm figuring out a puzzle. And I'm taking an opinion at it.
Yeah, and as you
Anyway,
swing at this one, you kind of, a little distracted, it kind of tings off, a little tiny chunk just peek.
You're chipping it.
Why'd you come back?
I mean, I pretty much recognized myself. I got better. Thought to come back to the group, especially at this time when you're against your brother. But apparently, it didn't go fully as planned from what it seems.
You think?
Yeah,
Do you really think that you can just come back and be okay? You just left.
oh boy. Yeah, I did. So, you want me to be moody and upset all the time?
I mean, we knew you were going to leave, but you just left us after we were sleeping.
Oh yeah, because my deity wanted me to go, and I did. Because he told me he'd make me lose my powers, and I didn't want that, so I came with him. I'm sorry that you feel very upset about that, but it had to happen.
Your deity sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, I don't think you should say that. Come now, he isn't that bad.
I'm not taking it back.
Shoot yourself, Boomio.
What are you even doing right now?
I don't know. We saw the big man that now got incinerated into little piles of ashes start beating up a fountain. I wondered if we could beat up this mountain. Perhaps it can destroy the barrier that's around us right now.
You're not going to be able to do it with just that staff.
I'll do it eventually, unless if you have something else better.
I'll be right back. When we just
Yay!
slowly walk back towards the group.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And
he just
just while walking back, if we want to talk or do anything, they can while I'm just walking back.
all right. Well,
guys...
I guess I'll just hit it one more time.
All right. I mean, yeah, that hits. Go ahead, roll damage.
I want to show this fountain who's boss.
And that one definitely seems to hit more. And then over time, as you guys kind of sit there and look about, eventually, Mallow, you get to you get past the stone. It took you a while. You're sweating profusely, and you know it was a very hard job, but you did get through it eventually.
I pulled a boomy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and so as you get in there, you look in, and the crystal inside is of a white variety of gemstones, maybe a quartz or so. It's really hard to tell at this point. But as you look into it, it's dead. There's no light in it. It's just a big gem.
Huh. Well, I mean, he'll at least pluck out the gem and give a good examination about it.
Okay, roll me a strength check, as this gem is about almost as tall as you.
Oh, great. 15.
You kind of put your hooves on the side of it, grab it, and it's just, you're kind of like, and you let go and kind of fall on your rump a little bit, and the thing hasn't budged an inch.
It cursed me sideways. This thing is freaking heavier than me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I tried with a code right now.
Yeah. And at this point, the barrier is up.
Boomy, like everyone's morning, Boomy just silently walks over to Murder's corpse and grabs his biggest weapon.
The maul or the great axe, which would be bigger than you?
The great axe?
Okay. As you
I will attempt to pick up the great axe because
right.
I am a fighter. I have proficiency for it.
Yeah, the problem is it's not made for you, unfortunately. But as you're looking at it,
with medium creatures. He was a medium creature, right?
Yeah, but he was a big medium creature, and that's it's on the bigger side. But
Ketron size almost.
Yes, and as you take hold of it, it starts to shrink to fit your hands.
Magic weapon.
You now have a +2 great axe.
I'll hold it and walk back towards Mallow. Have it slung over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're gonna have to hold it because you don't really have strappings for it right now currently on your.
Like hold it with one hand, with it like over my back.
Yeah, and this
slung over my shoulder.
Yeah, this axe has seen many of use. The way to describe it is instead of just like a flat blade on the side, it is chipped and jagged and damaged all the way. But
I'm back.
it seems to have been done on purpose, And the fact that there is a magical enchantment seems to be what's holding it together and not allowing the blade to shatter.
Ah. Oh, you missed it. I picked up Murder's Axe, and it said +2 Great Axe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just walk back to Mallow with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, what needs to be broken?
No worries. I went through with it. I completely eviscerated the freaking thing.
I look at the fountain.
You see the hole he dug on the side. There is a giant crystal in there.
You and me have really different words of eviscerate.
I really hated the fountain, okay?
I want to swing at the fountain myself.
Okay, roll a d20 plus your strength modifier plus and proficiency +2.
Ooh.
Okay, so
This is a strength-based weapon.
I know. I might pass off something I can get better use out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because my strength is not good.
I know.
So that was a D20.
D20 plus your
What's-
strength and proficiency, because you are a fighter,
And +2 because it was magic.
and +2 because it's magic. Yeah. Not bad. As you swing into it, because of its lighter size now, you're able to just get a nice hefty swing into it. Go ahead, roll damage. A D12 plus your strength +2.
D12 +4.
Mm-hmm.
9 damage.
Yeah, 9 damage. And as you sink it in, you take one of the crystal's edges right off, and it just goes spiraling out into the ground and lands with a thump, 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 thump.
Ah, they really hate the fountain too. I can relate.
I hate a lot of things right now. Mallow,
Yep.
walk up to him and plant
Are
the
you
axe
gonna
right in
execute?
front of myself, in him,
Mm-hmm.
In him.
and him. I plant the axe in Mallow. No. No.
This is how Mallow dies.
Mallow,
Friendly fire.
Yes.
Here, have an axe.
there's nothing friendly about friendly fire. I want you to promise me something.
Sure, what is it?
Don't leave like that again.
In truth, I can't promise anything with how unpredictable things can be.
If
But
your
all right.
god threatened to take away your powers in order to get you to abandon us, maybe you should. Maybe he's what you should be abandoning, and not your friends.
Are you sure that's the right idea? Look, I said I was about to leave when I suggested all of that, and he took me. I even said we even hugged, and I hope that was enough for you.
We woke up and you were gone. We didn't know what happened till we managed to find that note of yours. I knew you.
Yeah.
You could have just stayed until we got out of there. That we could have parted ways more amicably. But no. Just
Are you really
walked into a
trying
wall,
because
apparently.
you're trying to stress things out here? Are
I'm
you
very
really trying?
impressed.
Look, I understand. People are
Just
dead. You should more
don't-
focus on them instead of me.
You just came back and people died. It's not your fault. But you picked a hell of a time to come back.
Yep, I did. I didn't know that this was gonna happen. I'm very sorry that it happened.
Just
And there isn't
don't
much I can.
disappear on us like that again.
I'll try not to. I feel loads better compared to what I was before. And it only took a good amount of days. Like, let me think. I think 3 months. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, where do you think this force field's coming from?
Honestly, I looked through the tent. I didn't see much other than a case that seemed to have some. Well, looks like it has symbols of Tiamat, so that's fun. But besides that, I don't see anything around here. I'm gonna investigate more.
Well, what about that? I point at the gate.
Well, it's
That's like in the middle.
Yep.
very
Could it
well.
Could it be still making the force field somehow?
Well, perhaps Swinehor was the one who placed the barrier around, so I think we should.
Swine whore.
Yeah.
Boomy chuckles beside herself.
I say we
Besides
should
feeling,
call
besides
it
feeling
that
so
from now
horrible,
on.
you get a chuckle out of her.
Yeah. Perfect. Just thumbs up to that. And Mallow does go to the freaking portal.
Okay.
Well,
Boomy
it
follows.
used to be portal. And investigate.
Okay.
He has flight too, so he can look upward as well, just in
Mhm.
case.
All right. We'll get to you in a second. Are any of you guys doing anything else, or?
Maddie with the diamond is gonna go to Vicky and go, "What was that spell you were talking about?"
Oh, what was that again? Vicky was just like throws off by the question as he looks back at
What spell were you talking about that you said you could bring someone back?
raise the dead. I am, if I remember right, I'm able to revive someone if they're not decapitated. But I know for a fact I can bring back Aurora. But
Does
the
it
thing,
does it require something?
oh, I have what's something called? She reaches into her bag and she pulls out quicklime.
No, it's the residuum that you bought.
She brings that yeah, green glass. There we go. She's like, remember I told you last time that I had a green glass? I can use this as any kind of compound to in any kind of spell that requires it. So that's not the issue right now. Is that I'm tired. That's why I got around casting tiny hut to make sure that nothing happens else to the bodies for now.
I was just asking because Pavine had 2 diamonds.
Nah, I don't. I'm fine. We could probably make money out of it, but green glass would just work just as well.
Okay, I'll hang on to them then.
Zorn,
Yes.
because I feel like there was some caveat to the green glass, if I'm not mistaken. Can I roll a history check to see if I can remember? Because I believe it's
You
in
weren't there when she bought it.
I was there when she bought it. That's why I
Yeah.
have the 5 pounds of the unrefined.
I thought you went back after, but okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was there with her.
Okay.
I tried to haggle to get the how to refine it, and so I could do it myself later on if we ever found any more.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I just bought unrefined. So can I make it like a history check to see if there's like a caveat to it?
Sure, go ahead.
Cool, because if I'm not mistaken, it's only up to 50 gold.
No, it's up to like infinity, if I don't remember.
12. There's no
Oh.
caveat. That
No?
You can't think of one. No.
Okay, never mind. I'll be quiet. I'll stay quiet. If anything, he'll have kneeled down beside Aurora and is now just cradling her.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna tell Aurora's and Kuznath's parents?
I mean, I can bring Aurora back. We need to find out what we're gonna do with Vavine.
There is an army outside. There may be clerics that can help.
I do have his diamonds. We'll have to see.
We just have to get outside.
Vicky will like pull some blankets out. Let me see, how many do I have? Do I even have any? I know I have like a couple.
You have 1. The
Yeah,
rest
one.
are in your trailer.
Yeah, that
I
you
get-
left.
Oh yeah, good point. And I found most of my shit there because that's what it's there for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Vicky's gonna use her own blanket to try to wrap up Aurora in it and try to be gentle with it.
I mean, you can wrap up a little. You're not gonna cover the whole creature, because Aurora is bigger than you,
Oh, fair.
and she is in Keatran's arms right now.
Oh, never mind. Let's forget about it. The creature's arms. I forgot that tidbit. Oh, go on.
Okay. And as you two approach the portal there, it's just a gray stone arch with a crack running up the one side of it now on the left hand, as 2 braziers are lit on top.
Alrighty then. So, I guess I'll do more investigation if that's alright.
You can investigate the portal if you want.
Yeah, I want to figure something out. Is there anything Thymore placed around or something? I
Okay,
don't
a
know.
16. As you look at the portal, you could definitely tell that the portal. This is a newer construction. This was not here to begin with. You can see that over time, rocks had been added to the existing foundation to form these massive pillars and the arch above. As you look at it, and you can see that from the inside, where Vicky, Keatran, and Boomy at one point were breaking into the side of it. You can see on the inside a much flimsier set of rocks on there.
Well, it seems like they nearly crumbled it all down. All right. But nothing much other than that.
Well, as you fly up, as you do have the boots, you look at the braziers, and they're still lit. They're just burning away in their bottoms there.
I'll just blast those.
Okay, roll me to hit.
Yeah, I want to see. He's desperate. He just wants to try everything to see if anything can work. Okay.
Natural 1. As you fire at the first one, you completely miss, and it actually goes past and doing right off the side of the wall and starts flying around the area. Hold on.
Around the area.
Nope, wrong day. And ends up harmlessly hitting one of the rocks over here as it just plows into it with a. Doesn't even leave a dent.
That seemed fun, but I probably shouldn't do that again. I guess if that's the case, he'll just swing his staff at it, then knock it out.
Okay, roll the hit.
Yeah, but I'm just... He's desperate.
That hits
19.
it as a 19 as you whack the side of the steel structure. That is of the brazier.
Yeah.
English is hard.
English
English?
is
Yes.
6.
English.
And as you hit it, you see the bowl start to wobble a little bit, but then it settles down. But you left a sizable dent in it as the flames kind of sputter and roll, and some sparks start flying out of it.
Yep.
Zorn. Boomy from the bottom wants to look all around at this force field surrounding us. Can I pinpoint where the epicenter is?
You could certainly try, yeah. But you don't know there's a force field. He hasn't. No one's told you there's a force field.
Mallow did.
Mallow did when he was whacking at the crystal.
Yeah, I told
Oh, you did.
Boomy
That's right.
that
That's right. That's
it
right.
wasn't.
Yeah, you can
I
try.
can see the force field, right, though?
Yeah.
There.
It comes and goes. It's like, you know how like water creates like that rainbow effect in the air almost?
Yeah.
That's kind of what the barrier looks like, and it just shimmers every now and then just out of focus. To where it looks like there's nothing there.
Can I attempt to pinpoint where the the epicenter of this dome is?
Roll an Arcana check.
Would it be Arcana and not Perception? I'm
This
just
is
looking
magic.
At the dome.
This is
It
magic.
says where it is.
If anything, if you're looking for the epicenter, I'd say intelligence, actually.
Magic or Arcana is intelligence, weren't?
I know, but like,
Raw
Yeah, but I'm not
intelligence.
trying to like discern his
I was
meaning. I'm
thinking
trying to
math.
look
Okay.
at the area around me.
It's up to him. Up to him. DM.
Yeah.
If you want a perception, it's going to be a lot higher DC.
Well, my Arcana is horrible. My Perception is
Mm-hmm.
also the same. So let's do Arcana, I guess, since it's the same.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
23.
Wow, you guys are rolling really good tonight for the most part. All right.
I was impressed.
And as you look around, you can see that the epicenter is kind of in the middle of this map, where it seems to be at least the dimensions of it. But as you're looking up, you look towards the braziers where Mal's whacking, and as he whacks that one, and you hear a resounding clang, you see bits of different colored embers float up into the air.
Mallow.
Ah,
Mallow.
yes. Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
Knock that over.
That's what I've been doing already.
It's the force field's having a reaction to it.
Oh, goody. He freaking whacks it again.
All right,
I
roll
guess
it.
whacking to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Natural 20.
All right.
Spurred on by.
Yeah. And with that, instead of whacking it this time, you literally take your staff, jam it under the bowl, and just tip it out so it goes falling 60 feet down to the ground. And Boomy, as it goes, you see that the fire starts to flicker, 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 flicker. And as it hits the ground, boom, 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 it lands with the bowl like, upside down where, the bowl part is kind of deal, and seems to smother. Smoke drifts off to the side till eventually it stops. And as that happens, you see the force field disappear. The shimmer goes away.
Yes.
That did it.
You did it.
That did it.
Yes. You're humming.
Alright.
No humming aloud. Only depression.
She's humming to like try to keep her mind from collapsing right now.
Yeah. But as the gate, as that falls, you guys hear a creak coming from the gate.
Pull up his bite and aim.
Mm-hmm. And as you do that, hold on. As you guys have kind of been doing this, sitting there recovering, you see a large woolly loxodon stride in. Blood and other viscera coat his armor, but he seems relatively okay. And along him strides his white bear king. The fur, however, now a different shade of red with a couple of bald patches showing through where you can actually see the black skin underneath. Along with him strides a very beat and shaggy looking Knoll. Gashes, scrapes, and cuts adorn his arms as his blood-soaked fur leaves a small trail behind him. His great axe has a couple of chips in the blade head, but for the most part he seems alert and looks to be raring to go still. And along with them strides another equally beat-up looking person, except this female centaur shows various different points of gashes and slashes. Her gray speckled coat and wild hair also showing burn marks as well. As the three of them stride in towards you guys. Currently, you got they only
see what's going on.
Yeah, they can only see Mallow, Boomy, and something dome-like right there.
I will
Actually seeing them.
I wave from very far away.
I stow the biter and walk towards them.
Yeah, Ungarf has got his bow drawn, is looking at Mallow. He's like, "Is he with you?"
Don't kill him yet.
Hello, can I hear that?
Yeah.
You kind of far away and up 60 feet. I'm just talking normal.
He's not being.
voice.
He's got to yell. Is he with you?
Oh, you didn't say he was following. He's not.
No.
I've already
Ungarf is yelling. Is he with you? So Mallow
Yeah,
would hear
Ungarf.
that.
I mean, I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Ungoth and that Noel Nork.
Yes, it is the shaggy. It is the shaggy Nork.
Nork, you're alive.
Barely.
The others?
Well, Urg's currently mopping up the rest of them with the defenders. Luckily, we managed to survive that, thank the lords.
The attackers.
Fingers lost an eye. He's currently being treated by the field medics. And Fredrickson took a direct fireball and is currently being healed for burns. I'm the only one that kind of was able to keep fighting, and most of the other two are badly injured. Plus, Fredrickson's a little low on energy. So.
Yeah. And you? I'll look at the centaur. I know you.
She looks at you and doesn't say a word, and just looking around the battlefield.
I'll stand up out of the dome with Aurora in my hands and walk towards them.
Yeah, Ungarf catches breath like, oh no.
You're
Worse.
you're Bavim's wife, right?
At that, her head snaps over to you and just goes, that I am.
I'm sorry.
You just tell by the look on Boomy and Kirtan's face that's not good.
Where is he? Where is he now?
I'm so sorry.
Hold on.
Tell me,
Hello,
you
points.
goblin. Where
Okay.
is he?
The dome.
Vicky,
All right, can I even hear
drop
that?
the dome.
Yeah, you can hear it. She's not being
Okay.
quiet.
I just tell her to drop the dome.
All right, she drops. I mean, she looks around. Now she notices that they're allies. She drops it.
Yeah, dropping
Mhm.
the donut. I'm sure fucking Bavine's wife just sees Maddie just laying on Bavine, just crying.
Mhm. And as she looks and sees the down Bavine. One second. Oh, by the all hammer, no! And she immediately runs over, discarding her weapon with a clang as she just runs over. Maddie, are you going to get off or are you going to stay there?
Out of fear, just hearing the voice, she moves out of fear of being trampled.
Mm-hmm. She immediately just running over and just immediately grabs his body and just starts weeping. Maddie, make me a perception check.
Perception. Nah.
Nah, you're a little preoccupied with getting out of the way of this female centaur as she
And my
charges
eyes are
him.
full of tears.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes are filled with tears, and it's like, well,
She is just racking her sobs, just saying, "It shouldn't have been you. It should have been me. It shouldn't have been you. It shouldn't have been me. It should have been
Yeah.
me." You know what I mean? So
Maddie's gonna try and help comfort her.
as you get close, make me a charisma check.
God. Like straight charisma or save?
Straight charisma.
Nah.
As you get close, she turns at you and lets out a guttural.
Maddie moves away.
Mm-hmm. She goes back to weeping.
We did not get him.
Ungarf strides up to you guys and just like, I see you suffer
Wow.
many losses.
He
Yeah.
slipped through my fingers.
Mallow will just fly on down.
Mhm.
Right with the
I'm
group.
more escaped.
Yeah, just drop that too.
Mhm. Yeah, Mallow, you fly down.
Yep, I fly down. Just informed him. Well, yes, the swine whore escaped, but we killed one of his right-hand man, which they sadly had slaughtered. They slaughtered Bavine, and they killed Aurora right here.
Maddie's gonna get up and walk over.
Mm-hmm. You guys are all kind of clustering around Ungarf and Nork as they stand there. Kiatrin and Maddie, with your high enough perception, you look at you look at Nork, and as you see him kind of like moving his hands around, you notice that fingers are missing.
Where's fingers?
No, not the.
Not
not
the character.
Not the
His
cat, not the
actual-
cat.
All I heard was
No,
fingers
his,
missing.
My
That's
brain
all I heard.
Made the
His-
exact same comment.
Yeah.
his fingers are missing.
His fingers are missing. Okay, because
Some-
all I heard was fingers is missing, and then
Sorry.
So.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
no, I got what you meant. It's just my brain, as a joke, made that
No, I
exact
realized
same
that as soon as I wrote
comment,
it.
and I'm like,
I
oh.
realized that as soon as I wrote it. So
Yeah, I will say Discord did cut out for you, so all I heard was fingers is missing, and it's like,
mhm.
okay.
Yeah, as you
Because
guys
Maddie
all
wouldn't know where fingers is, actually.
no.
They literally said a second ago. Actually, no, she wouldn't have heard.
Yeah,
She-
no.
I wouldn't have heard. I was busy with Bavine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as you guys cluster around, Ungarf just goes like, "All right, so you missed Thymor.
He slipped from my fingers.
At least we killed his right hand.
I
Mm-hmm.
I would have had him.
But what was the cost?
I'm aware of the cost.
Hmm.
Do we have healers?
They're currently attending to the front lines of the injured there. They're a little indisposed.
Okay. I was just curious if anybody with us was able to, because
I'm
Bavine
back.
had two diamonds on him.
Hmm.
I was hoping we could at least use one.
I think they're a little more preoccupied right now with caring for the others outside. I mean, there's quite a large army out there that needs tending, and you're not the only ones that have suffered casualties or death, and I don't think anyone's as powerful enough to bring someone like that back.
Okay. I was just just curious.
We should get some people in here to fully dismantle this gate.
That's the plan.
But something strange
do not-
happened during the battle.
Hmm.
After Thymor fled through the gate, his right-hand man Murder. Yes, really fitting name, I know. But he destroyed the thing that was powering the gate. Like, why would he do that?
To stop us from getting.
Thymor.
Yeah, but they had a whole demons could come through the gate. That was the whole purpose was to build the gate.
Do
I
you?
don't get it.
I'm pretty sure Murder was mind controlling him. I don't think he was on his own wits. Like he essentially sacrificed himself for Thymor.
Unless.
But Thymor didn't order him to. Thymor just ordered him to kill us. Probably thought you
You-
could.
No. I don't know. You said there's something in his forehead.
Oh, I pull out the gemstone with the eye on it.
It's
Yes,
a
there's
it's a
something to do
gemstone
with it.
eye.
Yeah, the gemstone eye.
Mhm.
This
Maybe that has
thing.
something to do with it.
Maybe.
Remember, he couldn't talk.
But the one person who could tell us what it is.
Look. We need to either help out with the war efforts or get out and
No.
tend to our wounded.
What you need to do right now for you lot is to sit here and stay safe. Currently, we have the city secured. There are only pockets of resistance in the sewers. We're taking care of them now. Urk's down there helping out with them. He should be fine, and so should you. You all
How's-
look to be beat to shit. I'm not gonna
Yep.
sugarcoat it.
You're not
mean,
lying.
I am at like less than a quarter of my health.
Yeah, these look nearly half dead. I recommend it.
And who's this? Looking at Mallow. You see
He's
a
a friend of
Hello.
ours.
yeah. Basically, you see a woolly mammoth loxodon standing before you, Mallow.
Ah, yes. You look like a furry Ketron. Hi, I'm Mallow. Nice to meet you.
This is my husband.
He's a close friend of ours. He had to
Yeah.
depart, but I'm so glad he came at the last minute. I honestly think if it wasn't because of him, he pretty much was the tipping point I would like to consider.
Hmm. I did hear about a fawn that was helping you down in those catacombs, but no one never came out. I assume he either died down there or was a figment of the imagination. But
No,
it's nice to meet you, Mallow. He grabs your hand with a big mitt and shakes it, just, once tersely.
Ah, yes. Alright, nice to meet you too. Oh, my hand feels like it's about to snap.
Yeah, he just
Nice.
sort of disappeared in us down there, and if he does it again, I won't forgive him.
Okay, you need to like stop having personal problems with him. Like, he's not married to you. If anyone should be more pissed off, should be like Maddie, but for some reason you're the one who has the most feelings for him, which is kind of like whatever.
It's not about that. The principle of it.
I know you make it sound like he abandoned us. He didn't. He's still alive. He even said he was gonna be leaving. Like, oh my god, you need to like stop being on your period or something.
He also said he would be back whenever he felt like he was ready for it.
Yes, and I feel loads better now. I don't feel like a
had
moody
one name.
teenager.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to have you back too, Ketrin. I'm just sorry that all of this just had to happen. Right when I returned.
And then looks over towards like Boomy, and there's just a glare before he just looks back to Ungar. So, are we staying here, or how's the airship doing?
Airship's fine, but it sustained massive damage. That's the reason I'm down here. I flew on one of the Griffin Riders after you and your lot came down here. After that, I flew down to help with the army and was a focal point between the airship and the commanders. But basically, it's currently set down by the forest to avoid any of the remaining ballista that are still operational within the city, though they are being quickly either destroyed or just pushed off the tower.
Mm-hmm. Dude,
I hope us destroying those two helped the war effort.
It did. You made it a lot easier for us to besiege the walls in that area, as the ballistas they still could reach, but it wasn't the best of angles at that point.
Yes. I'm unaware if everyone knows. I assume you do. But apparently the ballista are sentient.
We've heard
Oh
reports.
my god, that was scary. Oh, that was something.
We've heard reports, but they constructed the towers a little badly. Instead of using stone underneath, there was just wood bracers. So set fire to that, watch it crumble, it goes away.
Fair enough. In that case, all that really leaves to be dealt with is this portal. Do you want to keep it up and see if we can get through it our own way? Because
that's above my capability personally.
I think destroying is safest.
It'd be the yes. Speaking of which, why didn't you?
It went down, and the more pressing issue was the person killing us.
I was focusing on the gate, but he got me, sadly.
Seems like a lot of bad times have happened during that fight. I've seen it all. Oh, it was a mess. So, let's talk more about that later. For now, there is actually something I do want to give to the group over here. Mallow will give the Woolly Mammoth the scaled tyrant case that I found in the tent. I found this in their tent. I can't open it. It's locked, so maybe you can figure something out here.
No, the chest was locked. The case is just a tube for paper. The chest and the case are two different things.
Oh, what? Oh.
You left the chest in there.
I was confused between the two. Okay, never mind. It's like rewind that for a moment, and he doesn't really say much else then.
I was confused between the two also.
Yeah, but
my bad.
I guess he will mention that the chest in the tent is locked. Maybe you could check that out.
All right. And Ungar starts to head towards the tent.
All right.
Nor kind of gives him a minute or so and then starts following as well.
Yep. All right. I also found this tyrant case here.
Tube? Did you open it?
Nope.
The chest I have not.
No,
Scaled
tube.
tyrant case. Tube. No, I haven't yet. I was too focused on trying to destroy the barrier.
So
So
my brother's right. You found it with my brother's stuff.
I don't know who's your brother's stuff or big meat man that killed all of us, but look, I'll open it right now, and he'll do that.
Careful if it's trapped.
Well, it pops right open with a soft lever, like. Whoop.
Huh. See, no traps, and he brings out what's inside.
You see a rolled up piece of paper.
All right. He flips it open. Does it say?
It is in a language you do not understand.
Not even Draconic.
Nope.
May I see?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here you go. Boom boom.
Can I read it?
Nope.
So it's not in Draconic, it's not in Infernal, it's not in Undercommon.
Nope.
I can't read this. What language is this even? Is it
Super secret language, likely.
Maybe Maddie might be able to insight. Have a look.
Hmm?
Actually, at a glance, I won't be able to tell what language it is, but can I tell if like the paper's like decorated in like anything that might resemble a culture, celestial or anything like
Hello?
that? I may have
Hello?
seen?
You're still
Hello?
here, Fen.
I'm sorry, my Discord keeps cutting in and out constantly. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Internet.
Would it
I was asking.
There he goes.
asking.
There he goes again.
Can I see if the paper's decorated in a certain way that might resemble a certain language that I may have heard of before? I can't read it, but maybe I can.
Well, what
insight
languages
something.
do you know?
I know Common and Loxodon, that's it. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, is there anything that I may have seen that someone has said, that's that language, but I don't understand it?
As you glance
Just as
at
a
it,
weird thing.
there's no decoration on it. It's just words.
Just words?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to insight and see what it is?
Well, what languages do you know?
I know a good handful. Let's see here. There you go.
Common, Celestial, Dwarves. Nope, you can't read it either.
Okay.
Damn.
And I'm the one that knows the most languages out of the party.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a mystery. What's all this gibberish?
What languages? I mean, I guess everybody's trying. I try it too, but I only know Common and Draconic, so that's it.
Can't read it.
Nothing.
Yeah. I will let you guys can roll an intelligence check to figure out what language this is if you would like.
Sure.
Okay.
Time
I
for
have a
mind
+2.
tapping.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Gonna work out for me. Never mind.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, nice.
It makes the most sense for me.
Oh, well.
Because there's a wild card.
Oh, Vicky?
I think so.
I mean, you already roll a natural 20, but okay.
I mean, if you want the information too, I mean, it's up to you.
Another natural 20.
Hello?
So 3
Hey,
above 20.
Hold on,
No,
Fen, you back now?
20.
I roll a fucking intelligence save. God fucking damn it.
Oh yeah,
Can I
no.
still keep it?
Just
Okay,
nope.
what I missed because Discord, my
Ah,
internet died on me.
That's
Yep.
not fair.
Yep. All right.
It's the same. It's the 1720.
Yeah. To answer your question, Fen, sorry about that. Basically, everyone's looking at this paper and no one can read it, and I'm allowing them to get an intelligence check to figure out what language it might be.
I was gonna ask if I can just look at this to see if it's even a language at all, or some kind of cipher or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like,
It's an
if
intelligence
you get roll
check.
high enough, you might be able to see something we don't.
Intelligence check. Yep.
See if you can beat 2 natural 20s, I guess.
1 natural 20. All right.
Ah, mine doesn't
So
count
20,
then?
21,
No,
and 22.
only intelligence check.
Ah,
Your
it's
intelligence-
15.
No, it's
no, it
not.
isn't. You actually get a higher.
You have a higher
check.
intelligence check because of your ability jack of all trades. So no, it
It's
doesn't.
still, but it's still like I'm still rolling a dice as 20. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes, but you rolled the wrong thing.
Okay, fine.
Either way. All right. Kiatrin, Mallow, and Boomy, as you're kind of sitting there racking your guys' brains, it suddenly dawns on you. Goliaths are part giant. This might be giant.
Ah, great.
Buffy, new giant.
And of course, the one who's dead is the one that knows giant.
Oh, great.
All right.
Hopefully someone we know knows it.
Well, maybe somebody in the army can know. Right now, seems like we need to keep this just in case we find anybody.
We need to
Now
rest.
I have to ask a bunch of people about if they know anything of giant language.
From the tent, by the way, you hear a sudden thwack, thwack of the ring of metal.
I wonder if they're smashing the chest. That sounds exciting.
Let's go see if what's in it. It might be important.
Alright. Yes, I'll go ahead and see out the big fight between the chest and the group of people.
I'll go too.
Maddie nervously follows.
Okay. Keitra and Vicky?
Ketron's just gonna take a seat, just cradling. He doesn't know what to do.
Okay. Vicky?
I mean, if you're gonna relax, I'm gonna try and see if I kind of get everybody together and catch Tiny Hut. It's just like we should probably rest, guys.
Well, people are walking away to go to go to the tent right now where there's metal on metal being thwacked
I
right
follow
now.
along then.
Okay, so Keitra, you're by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as you guys enter the tent, you see that Ungarf is kind of standing towards the back as a very worked up Knoll is trying to break into this chest with a giant axe. He's just growling because the chest doesn't seem to be fazed by it.
But don't. You might break what's inside.
Well, I don't have fingers here to take care of it.
Does anybody know how to pick a lock? No.
Yeah, I can maybe try. Well, I know if I could use like some of the tools from my Tinker's tool to try to undo the lock.
It's going to be a
Easily.
disadvantage because they're not built to pick locks.
I know.
So it would
I
be
could try.
it would be a straight dex check with disadvantage because you're not proficient doing this.
One thing, can I examine the chest and see where the hinges are?
Yeah. Investigation.
Okay. Yeah, investigate. I want to investigate because I know I'm not good at doing the lock. Like if I take the chest apart differently.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. 21.
21. As you look towards the back, there's hinges on the back.
I like to get my Tinker's tool out and begin to disassemble the hinges.
Okay.
Like are these like riveted on or something I can just like get in like start cutting
They're
away at the hinges?
okay. You know how metal like can be flared up at the ends, kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're kind of flared there. So I mean, you can definitely try to work at it, but it's going to be a disadvantage.
Are they riveted on at all?
It's not a rivet. It's like a straight bar going through with like almost like two washers put on the end, but the washers are like the same metal. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of getting at it.
I'll draw the shape up on the.
Then I'll just work at it and try and
Yeah.
cut.
It kind of looks
and weaken it.
Kind of looks like that shape wise, and then the hinge is right here. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So just to help you out, that wise.
I'm gonna. Would it not be so it'd still be disadvantage though?
Yeah. Be your tinkerer's check at disadvantage. Because really the
tinkerer.
Tinkerers are made for like fine things. This is more of a bulky thing. You know what I mean? And you're not trying to lock pick the exact, lock. So
Yeah,
You're
tinkerers
trying to
are fine.
reverse engineer the lock. You're trying to take it apart from the back.
Yeah, tinkerers tools are for fine tuning.
Yeah, you can definitely
If
try.
you wanted to change the lock for a different key, maybe, but nah.
Well, let's see what happens. She has to roll. Oh, don't tell me Zernet crapped out again.
I think it did.
Rip.
His internet hates us.
Fucking Christ.
God damn it, Walmart brand internet.
Walmart brand internet.
Well, I guess it's another break.
At least this is recorded, because then you could just cut all this shit out.
Hello?
Yeah.
There
There
you
you
are,
are.
Finn.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't want to walk downstairs. I just literally just went to my hotspot and banned my grandma's computer and her stuff from it. I assume she's doing stuff. I'm sick and
Grandma's
I
got
tell
a
her it's
Facebook.
always today. She can't be doing that.
All right. Anyway, so I'm allowing you to make a Tinker's check at disadvantage
That's
to
better
try and get these back things off, because it's not really about fine tuning at this point. It's more about trying to break
disassemble.
in. Yeah, disassemble by breaking in, and generally you need thieves' tools for that.
I mean, I argue Tinker's tools would be enough to cut through something.
Do you have a crowbar in there? Do you have?
I have a
lock
crowbar
picks?
actually on my person.
Then you could use that.
I think do I? I swear I have one.
I don't know. Check your stuff.
I am.
And you also might have left it with your luggage elsewhere.
Probably.
Apparently, I just still don't have one. Okay, so I'll just use the Tinker's tools. I mean,
Mhm.
it's the Tinker's tool at disadvantage is only one better than just straight dexterity at disadvantage.
Well,
Let's do it.
Oh, sorry, and 2.
17. As you're trying to get your tools in between this, you're kind of trying to, like, pry it, but in fact, as you go to pry it, your tools are starting to bend as well, but you stop immediately, as if you go any farther, it might wreck your tools.
That's not working.
It is a metal chest, after all. I'm not surprised. Usually you go for the weak point, which is the lock.
Well, I guess I can try to lock.
Yeah, massacre that lock. Do it.
Actually,
Nork shakes his head like, that's what I was trying to do. Oh, wrong. That's what I was trying to do.
I
Yeah,
look at the
and you
lock.
were
It help is like, can I look into the lock and like look through it?
As you look into the lock, you are met with gears and not gears, but like tumblers and different shapes of the lock.
Tumblr.
You have dark vision, so you can see into it.
I will attempt to pick it with a straight dex check.
At disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. Disadvantage, straight dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
10.
10. As you go in there and you start fiddling with the lock, you're like, oh, I got it.
I've never done this before.
Chink. One of your picks that you would use for like moving around different like fine mechanical pieces for a clockwork set breaks off inside of it.
I'll stand up and pull out the biter and aim at the lock.
Oh my god.
Ungarf looks at it and just goes, you're gonna aim at that at a metal chest, huh?
Yeah, you're right. It's stupid.
I was gonna say.
Let's try this magic battle axe I found.
Oh.
I'm
Alright.
not just gonna wildly swing it. I'm gonna like tap, like kind of tap it.
I'm
Like,
gonna say right now, Maddie's just gonna leave the tent because she knows something is gonna go wrong and she's gonna check on Bavin's wife.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna carefully. What's the word I'm looking for? Rotate the chest so that makes it hinges it down and the lock is facing straight up.
Okay, so you're gonna tip it over on its side.
Yes.
All right, I need a strength check as you go to move this chest.
Oof. Oh,
As you go to push it, you're like, hey! you get it like
heavy. It's too heavy.
you get it off the ground like about an inch, and then it falls back with a mighty thud. You hear something rattling around on the inside.
Does it sound glass or metal?
You can't tell.
Something's inside. We don't want to break it just in case. Help me, just carefully. Someone help me roll this onto it back.
Vicky casts his vicious mockery at it. Just like, fucking chest.
The chest can't hear you and doesn't have feelings, so does not work.
Well, I don't think it has to. Oh, it has to hear me. Yeah.
And
has
it
to
has
hear
to
it and
It's
understand
not
you.
alive.
Doesn't
so-
work on inanimate objects.
I know, but it just still doesn't.
Does anyone help? Does anyone actually help me?
Yeah, Nor comes over and helps
No
you. And
one's
with his
asked.
strength, you're able to rock it over, but it is very heavy.
Okay,
As
I'm
it
gonna
thuds to the side.
carefully bring my axe up and like just rest the sharp edge on the lock, and just bring it up slightly and bring it down. Like I'm not trying to full force cleave this thing into. I'm just trying to basically slice the lock.
Boomy.
Okay, roll a strength at disadvantage because you are being very careful with the weapon and not using it for its intended purpose. To
Strength
slam
at
down.
disadvantage.
Yeah, basically an attack at disadvantage.
Because you're not full on
Yeah,
whamming it.
you're not whapping it, so
You're pussyfooting.
So would it still get the +2 from the axe?
yes, it is still magic at weapon.
Okay, I'll just roll a strength check and add +2 to it.
Yeah, at a negative or not at a negative, at a disadvantage.
11.
Yeah, and as you swing at it, you just hear it tink right off the metal. You look at it,
Alright.
you left a dent, but not much, and doesn't look like it phased it that much.
Anyone else had any idea? I don't want to damage from what's inside.
Well, what happens when you heat metal?
Again, damage what's inside.
I mean, I was thinking of trying to burn the lock and then try to hit it with something, but I don't know.
Nork looks at it and just goes, "Oh, for the love of..." And he just, again, grows in size. And you see bear-like features mixed with dog features as he just grabs the chest with his massive claws and attempts to rip it open.
No,
I was gonna say bardic inspiration, but I don't have it.
You can. Oh, wait, no, you're right. You can't.
No, I don't
However,
have any.
with a
This is why
natural
everybody needs to
20,
rest.
because of advantage for raging,
Oh.
you hear the squeal of metal as his fingers dig into this chest, as you just see him just rip it open. And as he
his
does, you
fingers?
can see on the inside, with some of his fingers, he's missing a couple.
Okay.
You see on the inside that there are multiple mechanisms putting latches to the side of the chest, like in the actual metal.
Oof, we wouldn't be
But
able to
he
get that
literally
open.
rips right through that, and as he does, just immediately a couple of gold coins just go all over the place as it just thuds to the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, bro.
no.
Vicky starts clapping too.
Or just looks at you guys and just goes, "You're pussyfooting around."
That's what I said!
I'll buy you a drink. You're such a strong stud.
Well, I'm gonna, I guess, we'll go through the chest and see what's inside.
Glad you
Okay.
haven't changed, Vicky.
Yes. As you go through the chest, you find a total. This is gonna take some time, but you find a total of 12,000 gold.
Okay, let me start get something to write this down with.
Mm-hmm.
Just type it down in the game. Just type
GP.
down loot.
Well, it's mostly
12,000 gold.
Well, it's mostly filled with gold, 12,000 gold. You find a small like ball of iron bands and a notebook that looks heavily damaged.
I will.
But for the most part, the gold seemed to be taking up most of the chest.
I will take the notebook personally. I know this is probably my brother's stuff. I take his notebook and
Mm-hmm.
I
for
checked
once, I leave the gold alone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Vicky starts picking up the gold. He uses mage hand to help out.
Okay.
Hmm.
Are you opening the book,
Because-
Boomy, or what you doing?
I look at the cover. See, does it have any sort of marks on it?
There's water damage, there's scratches, there's scrapes on the leather-bound cover that you can see, but there's no discerning mark, and it looks like just a plain black book.
I open it.
All right, and as you open it, I would like you to go...
Do I get sucked inside?
Hold on. No, I would like you to look in your handouts.
Oh, neat. Handout.
And it should be titled A Journal.
Boomy just starts reading quietly to herself.
Okay.
Unless someone wants me to read out loud, I will.
That's up to you as a character.
Well, just going to glance through it before I read it out loud, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, what are the rest of you doing? As Boomy's sitting there through a book.
If anything, Maddie just kind of left. She's just gonna check up on David's wife, if anything.
Yeah, she's sobbing and crying, kind of down on all fours. Maddie? Make me another perception.
Okay, let's see. 24, finally.
As you're looking over this woman in front of you, you notice something odd about her. Well, yes, horses have a nice trimmed underside and things like that. She looks a little bloated.
Oh god.
Can I make a medicine check?
You don't have to.
I would know.
You've been around enough nature to know she's pregnant.
Don't worry about it.
Maddie, knowing this,
Protected the battlefield.
she doesn't know what to say. She tears up a lot more than she did before. At this point, she'll just walk a little closer, not getting too close before just silently sitting down. Somewhat close-ish by, maybe about like 5 feet away. And she just gives her time and space, but she remains silent. Before mostly uttering a simple, "I'm sorry."
She looks at you, and her fury seems to have calmed down, but she's still got that wild look in her eye, and she just looks over at you and just nods, and then goes back to Vavine, kind of cradling his torso in her arms.
And she just remains silent. She's just gonna sit there, almost as if she's mildly giving guard. That's all she's doing.
What?
Where's Ungarf right now?
He's in the tent with the others looking at that chest.
Okay, never mind.
Boomy has finished reading, just skimming through a journal as much as pages she can find that were legible. Twice even. And sighs and closes it. Nothing too telling is in here.
I'm sure about that.
Most of the pages you can't even read have been ripped out, and what is here is stuff we already knew. Though there was something odd in the last readable page.
Which?
I guess the plan is if they failed in the combat against whoever was coming to attack them, he didn't know it was us at the time, they would close the gate, which I still don't get why.
They must
But I
have
guess
their reasons.
Yeah, it's probably to protect whatever's on the other side. But if it's on the other side, is an army of demons and just killed Tyrant herself, I don't see why they would need protecting from us.
There must have been a reason. But we
But
can't.
he mentioned that
he
he mentioned he had a vision of fire and death, but of someone he doesn't know. Weird.
Does he get into detail who it is? Or
Nope, just if you want to read over it, it's not much information's here.
Very well. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything useful to add to that, but alright. Guess he took up all the other pages. For now, I don't think
Either
we
they've
need
been
to...
ripped out, water damaged, or been purposely made illegible. And this is the last page.
Say let's not ponder on that too much for now. Unless... Punisher a bit. Does... Mending? I don't know. Does mending fix that or no?
You could try.
No, I don't have mending.
Oh.
I just know the spell exists. But that's the most I can say. Regardless, I know a lot of things have happened. Crazy crud. But all of you look severely injured or just very tired, so I think it's best for us to take word and have a good rest. Well, best rest we can have.
Yeah. Oh, Ungar. You know if the Margrave managed to survive all this?
We're still evacuating everybody right now. We can definitely look for him. There were civilians here that were stuck in their homes. We're currently tending to them and getting them out of the front lines of combat if there's still any.
Well, if the Margrave is alive, you might be interested to know that he'd let Firemore and murder into the city willingly.
Really?
Although, according to the journal, he didn't. He just thought they were like drug dealers or criminals, and it was getting just bribed off by them. That'll let them set up shop in the city. So he probably didn't know the full extent of who they were. But still,
We'll look into it.
At least a sign that the Margrave was at least corrupt. So if he's dead, I guess there's no skin off anyone's bones.
We'll have to look at it. Alright, but for now, I think... Well, no. I don't think. I know. You all need a rest.
Yes. Yep. Is it possible to get out of the city before we rest, or if you want me stuck in here?
Considering the fact we're chasing demons across the countryside out of the city, I would say it would be better to stay in the city where the army can protect you a little easier, but that's up to you as adventurers. I'm not going to say one way or another where you want to go.
Guys, we have tiny hut. Nothing can bring in through it. Let's
Fine.
take a rest. And we need to bring back at least. We need to find a way to preserve Babine's body, and I can bring back Aurora. I know I can.
Boomy's just gonna lay down on what I assume is her brother's cot and just lay
There's
there.
2 cots, a really big one and a medium-sized one.
Well, I'm sort of sitting on the medium-sized one.
Mm-hmm.
I just lay down on that.
I'm gonna go speak with. I'm gonna go check by Bean.
Yeah, I just need to catch my breath and think.
I'll check on everyone for sure. And Mallow walks out the tent. Likely goes to Ketrin, since he's likely all alone still.
So Vicky goes and tries to check out the wife and Babine's headless horseman corpse.
She's cradling him in her arms. Maddie's sitting there off to the side, just being silent. Kietran's off by a little ways away from the tent towards the door, just holding Aurora at this point.
So Vicky kind of approaches. I forgot her name. I don't think I know her name. Let me see. I'm fucking bad with names every single time. I'm gonna roll a history check to remember her name.
We did get told her name. We just...
Yeah, but
I didn't write
just
it down.
bad with names. There we go. Can I remember her name?
23. Bavine has never mentioned her name.
I thought... Didn't I?
He's always
Did he even mention it when I was at his
always
fucking
called
camp?
her his wife.
Oh,
His lovely, lovely wife.
Oh well, I guess I don't know her name at all.
Nope.
And just approach her and just like, I know a resurrection spell, but the damage from Bavine might be a little too serious. But there are ways to bring them back.
I have a way, but I don't
But-
have the materials for it.
Bavine has saved my life before, and this is as least as I can do.
He's with his family now. And while I will miss him dearly, I don't think his god would find it right to bring him back. He was a good man.
Vicky just like kind of gets stunned at that, and she doesn't know how to respond. So Vicky just kind of stays quiet.
Mm-hmm. He
If
chased.
it's... I was just gonna say, if it's what you want to leave him to be, may the Allhammer and Wildmoon treat his soul with kind.
I don't know.
I do want him back. He left 2 diamonds behind. There has to be some way of using them.
I don't know magic. The only thing that I know is the will to fight and to keep moving forward. No matter what the pain you endure, you keep moving on. Though, as much as the gashes and scrapes and cuts across my body hurt, I have never felt a pain as deep as this before. And nor do I hope to never experience it again. As she kind of just holds his body closer.
Me and Vicky know magic, and it is a fickle thing. I will say this hasn't been the first time I've had someone I care about die. And I will say that...
Maddie,
Huh?
I think this is far from understanding us. We're speaking to a couple here. You shouldn't meddle what her wishes are.
I wasn't gonna meddle. I'm just saying I wish that she didn't experience such a thing.
But
Though
Is
it's
there-
nature for people to die.
The
Even
only
if we
thing I-
hate nature.
the only thing I really want to ask is there anything I can do for you two right now?
She kind of looks at you both and just goes, leave a widow to mourn a little bit longer if you don't mind.
Sounds good, miss. And
Sounds fine.
Vicky just gets up and walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie just hisses under her breath, I wish I had the materials, and she gets up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Meanwhile, Keatron and Mallow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, Ketron, how are you holding up?
He just sort of looks at Mallow. Not very well, if I'm going to be honest.
Still not taking it easy of what happened to Aurora and Bavine.
How could I?
Fair enough. I heard Vicky can bring back Aurora, but it's
No.
going to wait time.
What about Bavine?
Sadly, I think his injuries are too big to really heal. Bring him back.
There is... I don't know if it'll make any difference. But we're looking for a druid, we were, who is going to help us get our dragon's wings back.
Hey, yeah, there.
It might be able to help him with his missing head issue.
Well, I'm not sure how we could consider that. But right now, let's have his wife decide on that. She seems to be a bit focused on him right now. And you want Aurora back, correct?
Of course I do.
Then let's mainly focus on trying to get her back. Hopefully we can get her wings back too soon.
Well,
You-
we did what we were asked. We helped out with the thing. Hopefully,
I tried
Possible
to
can
keep her
hold up
alive
on
as
it.
much as possible, Ketrin, and I'm very sorry that I failed to do so.
don't be sorry. I misunderstood some advice that was given to me. It's my fault. I should have. If anyone was to die, it should have been me. I'm the reckless one. I'm the one who throws myself into danger. I'm the one who tries to be the fodder while everyone else gets out. I always tried to be that sort of person, and I tried again. He looks back to the portal. I went through it. I saw what was on the other side.
And what did you see?
A large hallway. A long table. With lots of food on it. And multiple different types of dragonborn creatures. Just feasting. When I walked through, I attacked Thymor. And he said I couldn't get back. I shouldn't have followed him. I attacked him again, and I watched them all get up. I wasn't going... I thought if I just went back and destroyed the portal, that would be what I thought was protecting. I thought they'd all come through. I thought they'd all attack. I thought it would have been like another army we had to deal with. But I misunderstood. They didn't follow. He slipped through my fingers. He was so close.
Well,
He looked like I could blow on him and he'd just fall over. And I had to run.
Well, I don't know what would have been the best option there. I'm just glad you're still alive. But I guess there's one thing I should say. Let's do not chase him into another portal ever again. We
No.
definitely needed you. We needed you so bad against the big jerk that decimated most of us. He was a
I know.
terrible person.
I don't know why Boomy decided to throw the gun at him. I really don't understand what the purpose was there. I trusted. I got into the way and made sure that he couldn't leave. But it didn't do anything other than kill Aurora.
That was a terrible accident for sure. I wish I was best at sad mental talk, but I think it's best for us all to really rest. You definitely need to rest, even though I don't know if you can.
I don't know what to do. I can't stop getting it out of my mind.
Well,
All I want to do is find a different way around this. I'll pull out like the book with like the Raven Queen that he has with like the porcelain mask on it. I keep looking at this and thinking that there may be a way, but how can a book do anything?
well, that book took you in, which is surprising enough, maybe. maybe I could give some example, but is it best to really think about it right now?
There's nothing else to think about. I have to sit down and rest.
Exactly.
And I'm not doing anything else other than thinking.
Mage hands and pats Ketrin's head. What's I can do? Just let you be. Have your time with Aurora. We'll be sure to bring her back. And let's be sure to give Thymor the worst time of his life if we see his ugly face again.
Agreed.
Mallow goes to at least Vicky and be like, I think we should gather everybody up. I think it's time for all of us to get a good rest.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Alright.
just do that. I think I'll be able to think more clearly tomorrow. I
Yeah.
have the
Same.
resources. We should be safe. I'm just trying to think of ways we can deal with. No, it still sounds wrong. Anyways, yes. I'll get the spell ready. Bring everybody up, and I'll start casting it.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
Becky proceeds on
Yeah. And
spending another
as,
10 minutes on casting that.
yeah, and as you guys through your various different states finally come together for some semblance of protection in Vicky's bubble, you all sit down and kind of just stare, and some of you fall asleep a little easier than others. Some of you lie awake well into the night, the clash of swords sometimes being heard but quickly dissipating as you all get a night's rest.
I'd like to, because I would have been one of the few that stayed up late into the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to look into my book. I know that it's probably just normal words, but I want to just ask a question as I'm flipping through the pages.
Mm-hmm.
What are the threads of fate? What is everything? Should I? Shouldn't I? I don't know magic. But you're apparently the god of death. What does that mean?
Roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. 18.
18. As you look into the book, you see that one word that you saw before that says protect on that page. But as you stare at it under more, as you ask your question, you see more words appear. You see that the words eventually spell out, the threads of fate are ever changing. Some can control it, some can't. You make your own fate. And
He's gonna look over towards where Bavine's body is.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of
Make my
been,
own fate.
yeah. As the time wore down towards the night, they actually pulled the bigger cot out and have kind of laid his body on it, covered up, right now.
Yeah.
And he's kind of just sitting right by the tent.
I make my own fate. Some can control it. Some can't. It's nothing.
I'm
for you.
kind of curious of something, but I'm not sure if Vicky could. This is gonna be the third time she tries. If nothing happens,
You're
she's gonna
asleep, Vicky.
Oh, never mind. I'm asleep then.
I'm gonna go over towards Bavine's body, sort of letting Aurora lay there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna open the book and simply just lay it face down, the pages against Levine's body.
Okay.
I know that I'm not meant to control others. But if I am, I don't know, but is he a thread that can be saved? Just leave it there for a moment and see if anything happens.
Roll me another wisdom check.
15.
As you kind of leave the book there, the cover doesn't give any indication of anything happening. But as you eventually pick it up and you look at the pages that were there, you see a speck of blood on it. But then you see the blood start to seep into the pages. And what forms there is a likeness of Bavine. In splendid armor, in fighting stance, a smile on his face, his symbol in his hand, as he looks out towards something. The words underneath say, change can happen. Fate can be twisted. Can you twist that fate?
Fuck. Damn it. I wasn't expecting to get this far.
Mm-hmm.
I can try. Thank you. He's gonna close the book and go back.
Mm-hmm.
If we make our own fates, maybe I can influence his. His god doesn't need him just yet. And he's gonna go to bed.
All right. And as you all lie down eventually... Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say, before I went to the dome, I wanted to make sure to pick up that ball of bands that apparently fell out of the chest that no one picked up.
Mm-hmm. You pick it up. It is a... But basically what I could describe as almost a rubber band looking ball, except it has iron bands and rivets all throughout it. And it's kind of like twisted into a ball shape.
As we were going to sleep, so before I went to sleep and before Kirchin went up, I was going to just play around with it, see what it was. But
Okay.
if I don't figure anything out, I'll just go to sleep.
Okay, 1 second.
If this is what I think of, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
You play around with it, but you don't get much out of it.
It was one of some kind of puzzle ball or something like that.
As you're trying to move the bands don't seem to move on their own. And even you like try pressing different other rivets, it's not moving.
I just put it back in my backpack and head off to sleep. And think Kirchin doesn't probably happen.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else? Okay.
No.
Nah,
I'm
if
just
anything,
like,
Natty's just gonna have night terrors.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky's dead.
Yeah.
Can't
No,
believe
no,
Vicky's
no.
fucking
That's Aurora and Bavine.
Oh, you bitch.
Anywho.
This is a long rest, right?
Yes, as you all wake up relatively late in the morning, I would say it's around like 11 o'clock, as you kind of had a little bit of an ordeal last night, and a lot of you stayed up a little later than you should have. But eventually the hut wears away, and you all are greeted by the sounds of crows cawing in the air, and smell of burning wood and different other campfires and things like that. Bavine's wife has come back and is just looking at the body, just standing there stock still. But you are up to your own devices.
Very well. So, while we
All right,
rest,
Vicky immediately goes for fucking Aurora's body.
I was gonna
Question.
say,
Okay.
Maddie's
Before we
gonna
do
follow
this,
Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
Amongst
kid.
the crows, are there any ravens?
There's a mix of crows and ravens, yeah. They all seem to be feasting on different bits of flesh and things that might have been left around, or different kernels of grain that might have spilled out of bags eventually as the denizens of the city retreated away.
Just out of curiosity, because of like what happened last night, he's gonna like lift a hand to see if any of the ravens come to his hand. Just out of curiosity.
Roll an animal handling.
Okay. I'm just curious. 16.
You see a couple look at your hand, and they seem to like tilt their head a little bit, but none seem to pay you too much of attention.
Fair enough.
Mhm. But yes, back to Vicky.
Yep. Back to Vicky.
Vicky's gonna pretty much like set up a little ritual for it, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how
Click-
exactly the spell works.
Click the spell. Yeah. This is gonna
So it's
take
gonna
you
take
an
me
hour.
an
to
hour?
Yep, it's gonna take you an hour to
So-
cast, and you return a
Alright,
dead
so-
creature that you can that you touch to life, provided that it's been dead longer than 10 days. She hasn't been dead 10 days. The creature is willing and liberty to rejoin. The creature will return to life with 1 hit point. Does a bunch of other things. Yeah. All right. So.
It felt like 7 days, more like it.
I'll have my warlock inspiration on.
Alright, so Vicky's gonna set up like she's gonna start clearing up an area, make it like nice and tidy, and have Aurora's corpse actually sit somewhere comfortable, and not just on the hard floor. If she has to like grab her blanket or any kind of comfort, she's gonna try and put the corpse ready.
Okay.
And she's pretty much just gonna dedicate a good amount of time, pretty much setting up the area.
Yeah. You
Maddie's
kind of...
gonna help. Maddie's gonna help by using Druidcraft to add leaves and stuff for comfort.
Okay,
Oh, that
and
helps.
you add that. You kind of set up this beautiful arrangement
you
around her, to where basically you provide snowdrops on the outside, white flowers, a little bit of blue tinge on the ends of them. You set it around her body to match kind of her scales. You take various different candles that you have and you light them around her as you set up like kind of almost a praying altar in sorts.
Something comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and I do have candles, so it works out.
Yep.
Yeah. and what I'm using is a cantrip, so I'm not wasting anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Vicky's gonna speak with Quetcher before he starts this process, and it's pretty much gonna explain them this. This spell is not guaranteed to work. To be able to bring Aurora back, they must be willing to come back. And it does take a quite amount of time for me to make this work. It will probably take me around an hour for me to. Well, if I'm using dust, it should take 30 minutes because it halves the time duration.
Nope. Nope. This is a full hour. There's no having time.
No, because I'm using
No, that's for creating magical items. You're not creating
Okay.
a magical item.
All right. I'm just. I thought like half of everything. Okay, so I'll just
Nope.
tell him it's gonna take an hour for this entire process to work. So probably keeping watch and making sure nothing interrupts me will help me a lot.
Yeah, Kiatrin, you've been through this before when you had to resurrect Mallow.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I know.
It strangely feels familiar, but I can't put my finger on it.
That's when you yelled at us and I brought you back.
Oh yeah. Huh. Alright.
So,
For the thing I wasn't there for.
Mm-hmm. All right, but as you
Yeah.
start this ritual,
so yeah, Vicky goes ahead and.
how
starts
are
the
you asking
ritual.
her to come back? And who's helping?
Oh, so we're gonna do
Maddie's
like
helping.
so we're gonna do the 3 objects again.
Mm-hmm.
All right
I'm
then.
helping.
So,
Yeah, and Maddie's helping though, so.
I think the person who should help right now should be Ketron. He's probably
Okay.
the one most attuned to Aurora. I'm gonna
Oh.
need someone to keep watch and if there anything that is memorable of her, will probably help. I guess I try to see if Aurora has the necklace. I gave it to her since like the beginning of the fucking page.
She
She has
still
two
has it.
If anything, the only thing I really helped with was make the bed she's laying on presentable.
Yeah, we'll count
Yeah.
that as your contribution then. So we need 2 more contributions to this ritual.
I guess I could do something.
I mean, Vicky's off. If Aurora still has the necklace, that would be one, and then I guess Kiichin would be
Vicky's
the other.
already casting the spell.
What about
Okay.
Kushnaf?
She could do something, yeah, but it's up to you guys first.
I already made my contribution. Backing up.
Yeah, I guess we bring Aurora on this. I mean, not Aurora. Kusnaf on
Kusnaf.
this.
Ah,
But that's not me. That's not a mind control. That's on Bumi's control.
Technically, Kushnaf's control. I don't control Kushnaf's actions. except
Oh,
for
there you
combat.
go.
Yeah, but all right. So you guys
Yes,
want
it's still
Kuzneth to come in?
Oh, well.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess I speak with Kusnaf about this, and I tell her, explain her the process that I need someone who can help attune, with the revival of Aurora. And
Cass.
explain her that I need.
Cass.
So,
Vicky would know that you are busy casting on the spell. They have to bring something to themselves to this. Like Maddie
Yeah,
brought
but-
flowers, so they have to figure out what they're bringing to bring her back.
yeah, but before I actually start doing it, I want to explain everybody this so we can actually teamwork this. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
But yes, essentially that. But for now, yes, I'll be the one casting the spell.
Okay. Alrighty. Kuznath walks.
Alright.
Yeah, Kuznath walks forward, looks at Aurora, and just opens her maw and lets out a soft dragon's wail into the air, as well as lets her breath weapon go straight up into the air. I need Kuznath, Bumi,
Yes.
to roll me a charisma check.
But that's like her second lowest stat.
She doesn't really have items.
69.
Hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Vicky, as you're concentrating on the spell when this happens, you feel as though the forces don't seem to affect the same. Even though it's a dragon calling to her, it is not one of her kind. The DC has been increased. Fortunately, Kuzneth doesn't have much else she can do other than that. Maddie, as you have contributed the flowers to this, I would like you to roll me a nature check.
Okie doke. There you go.
18. As the flowers during the spell seem to dance and sway, and you all catch the faint smell of an ocean breeze, salt on the air. You hear the sound of seals barking in the distance. Some of you may or may not know what that is. But, Vicky, you can tell that whatever Maddie did seems to have worked. I need one more person.
I'll step forward.
Okay.
He's going to have a small, his friend's cloth wrapped around, there's going to be jewels wrapped around in his friend's cloth, about 30 gold worth. He's going to place it on the body and be like, I don't know if I've ever lost her, but I will refuse to lose you in the same manner. These jewels, I was saving them so I could buy you something nice. I just hope it's enough.
Okay. One second. I need someone's sheet real quick, sorry.
Boy.
Trying to think. All right, Kiatrin.
Hmm?
I want to say this is persuasion because you're giving something, but I don't think so. I'm gonna. But you are wrapping it in a cloth of the Raven Mother.
It's not the cloth of the Raven Mother. It's the cloth my friend gave me way back at the start of the campaign.
Barnabas?
No, remember? I had the one tie-dye thing that my friend had given me. And I've been
Okay.
holding on to for so long.
Oh, right.
He's given that up.
All right. I want you then to give me a religion check then with advantage.
Okay.
$10. And as you put the jewels in the cloth there, you see the gems sparkle a more lustrous color. The gold coins seem to shine a little bit brighter. As Vicky, you can tell the offering was accepted.
All right.
All right.
Vicky just
Now-
just smiles, but she doesn't say anything.
Yep,
He just
now-
continues to focus.
Now I need to roll a d20.
Like, just kidding. Jesus Christ.
Success.
Dynamic cat.
I had to.
And as the spell comes to an end, you hear the rushing of a giant wave as it crashes down almost inexplicably somewhere. And for a couple seconds, you sit there breathless. And then Vicky, Kiatrin, and Maddie, you see the ever faint rise and fall of her chest. She needed a 10. She rolled a 10.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Maddie,
Catherine's just gonna rush in and hug her.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky's just fucking face. It's just like,
Yes, and
that was tense.
Aurora
Now
is
I
very
get
weak
it.
right now.
Maddie's gonna quickly go in and cast a healing ward,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to cast it.
Yeah.
4th level, just for her.
Okay.
Mallow will do what he does best. He'll hug Vicky.
You're my friend.
Kiatrin, she gains.
I mean, I'm the one who fucking revives her.
Aurora
Yeah.
gains 21 hit points. Wow, Maddie, that's a hell of a roll. You rolled. Oh my god, you rolled a lot of 4s there.
You're
3 out of
welcome.
4.
Vicky,
was
At a level
worse.
4, I rolled 3 natural 4s.
Plus a 3 on to boot. Damn. All right.
Mhm.
That
Level
definitely
4 healing ward.
that definitely helps close up the wounds. And you see her, but she is still very weak. Dying takes an ordeal on her. She has a -4. All right, let's go back up. She has
There's
another -4 penalty to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Every time she finishes a long rest, the penalty is reduced by 1 until it disappears. So she basically has 4 days of being at a negative to
Yeah.
anything.
She has to recover from this.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully with that 20
Now,
HP,
Yep,
she can
and-
actually walk.
and just so you know, Vicky, that 500 golden glass that you just used is gone.
yeah, I was expecting
Okay.
that. I mean, that's the point what I used it for.
Yep. All right, and
So I had 1,000. I think I'm down to 500 then.
mm-hmm.
I give her 300 gold as compensation for her efforts.
Oh,
There we go.
Well, she's got 12,000 right now. 'cause she
yeah, I
hasn't
have
split
2,000 gold in my purse right now.
She hasn't
Like,
split it
Vicky
up
ju-
with you guys.
Vicky just giggles and laughs as he pretty much just squeezes Mallow. It's just like, it worked. That's all that matters.
Worked. Yes, they're alive.
Mm.
Thank you very much. You did great.
Joy.
I should be back to full HP too, so I should have lucky and everything else back.
Yeah, you're back to normal.
All of my broken stats.
Mhm.
All right, but you just see the female centaur sitting off to the side, looking at Bavine, looking at you guys, and just kind of being quiet as you rejoice a little bit about bringing your friend back.
Yeah. If anything, Maddie just kind of heals, but is mostly staying off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Catherine's just hugging Aurora and like saying sorry over and over.
Yeah, she's
Don't
not really.
squeeze her.
She's not really
He's
saying.
not squeezing her.
She's not really saying much, but is just kind of like gripping onto you a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
Boomy stands off to the side with Kusnaf and just
Mhm.
watches.
Kuznev's looking too.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Vicky, for bringing her back. We deeply appreciate it. And I say thanks to everybody else who helped. That was great. Oh, that was closer. We'll give you time for yourself and Aurora, Ketrin. I'm glad that she's back.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Now, if only we knew how to help Bavine.
You are so quiet.
There may be
Alright.
ways.
I do have a question.
What is it?
That residuum stuff.
Yes,
How much do you have left, or did that consume all of it?
I still have like around. Can I say like 500 worth of gold?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have like around 500 worth of residual.
Darn.
I just
I-
kind of feels it kind of like breaks like, for me kind of breaks it off, but yeah.
You know how much you bought. You know how much you used.
Yeah, you pull out a sack of it. It's like it's broken glass. It's basically like broken different pieces of glasses kind of deal. That totals up to about 500.
I was curious because if that helped with your spell, I do have something that can also hopefully get Bavine back, but I need 1,000 gold worth.
What do you need 1,000 gold worth of?
I mean,
Of-
we
Of
do
oil,
have
essentially, if that works for replacement for whatever opponent you needed, I feel like this could replace the fact that I need 1,000 gold's worth of rare oils. And this could get Bavine back regardless of his head being missing.
I mean, we just need to find a way to have their head attached back. I know there's ways to make this happen.
Yes, there's definitely ways. We're talking with Percival about getting our dragon's wings back. It's not impossible to get his head put back on. The
Right
issue-
now, I could teleport all of us back to Hammerfell. Oh my god, I
What?
keep forgetting the names. of the-
Hammerfell.
We're going to
fucking.
we're going to
this
Skyrim.
isn't Skyrim.
Hammer.
It's
Do you
literally
want to
right in
go to-
front of you, Cass.
Whitestone.
The map.
Whitestone.
The map is
I
right
just-
in front of you.
I could teleport you all back to Whitestone, and we could probably find a suitable cleric that can help us out with this. But the thing is, it's not up to us to decide. We need to speak with Davin's wife about this matter.
What
Well-
would she think?
To be fair, he's gonna look over towards Bavine's wife.
Yeah.
Is she like paying attention to us?
She's just standing there.
I don't think we should. That is the conversation she should be a part of.
I'm not a religious man. I don't know much about gods. I don't know much about that.
You suck.
But I know, thanks to a revelation last night, that he's not prepared to go. I will do everything in my power to make sure he comes back.
I know.
He has saved us countless times. It's only fair we repay him.
I can understand why he'd want to come back. He has a lovely wife. He pined too early.
He was always talking about fighting alongside you. I was really annoyed when someone said he would be, and then found that he wasn't. He like looks towards Vicky.
Okay. Vicky just huffs and just looks away nervously.
What? We're in the city that has the Dawn Father tree in it, right?
No, that's
Or is
Whitestone.
that's
Whitestone.
Whitestone.
Let us head
I have
back.
I have a new means of getting us to Whitestone. I need a tree.
I mean, I have a teleportation circle memorized, and I could bring us back through that means as well.
We will have no need. Do you remember the spell Fat Gut used to essentially immediately get us to somewhere we wanted to through a plant?
Yes?
The Wild Mother has gifted me the same power.
I see.
I just need a tree, and we can go back to Whitestone through the Dawnfather tree.
Well, how do we get back?
Back the way we came through the Dawnfather. It would be simple as that. We wouldn't need to prepare for a circle. I just need a tree. Something big enough for at least all of us to fit in.
There's a few good trees out by where we left our carts. About a couple of hours walk outside the city.
And we could even probably try and find a tree big enough to fit all your guys' carts in. So we won't have to leave.
That's
if we can find
big
that's a big tree.
Look,
That's
not all of us had to go back to Whitestone. Since it's gonna be a quick trip to get the stuff you need.
Yeah.
Someone can stay and watch everything.
That would be a huge ass tree, but if it was possible to find an oak that fucking large, but the only component I need for the spell is a fucking plant.
I know.
Look, at that point, you need one of the gigantic redwoods to dig tunnels through.
Yeah, but all I need is a plant, and it, depending on the size of the plant, depends on what can fit in.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should make one last check around the area and then head out.
You see her step forward and just go, if you're going to try and bring him back, I understand. Is there not any way you could just reattach the head and then try your spell then? I don't know much about magic, but I don't know if that would work.
Vicky, like, just twiddles her fingers, just like, I don't. Can I run Arcana and like see if that will work?
Yeah.
I know it's a huge no, but
Yeah, you can run Arcana.
I know for a fact that won't work. But
18. If you put a powerful enough spell in there, you might be able to get to work. He won't be revived, but you could potentially regrow the flesh on it.
Vicky just thinks heavily. We can try, she says. I can try casting a really strong healing spell on the wound and see if we can reattach the head, but I cannot guarantee it will work.
So I do have a little idea, if I'm allowed to. That because where did you buy the residuum?
Whitestone.
Whitestone. I had an idea that Vicky, if you were to try and see if you put the head back on, would anybody be willing to come back to Whitestone with me, loan me 500 gold so I can get an extra 500 gold worth of residuum?
I don't have that much, but I could probably...
Do you still have the diamonds?
I do. I have,
We have that gold that we just stole.
You have a diamond worth of 500 gold!
Is that diamond worth 500 gold?
Yeah, oh, true. But I don't know if they'd trade for a diamond.
No, what I'm trying to mean is that I can use that diamond to try and resurrect Bavine. I really wasn't thinking to try and bring back Kusnav. I just used
No,
Seriously.
Aurora.
Aurora.
I keep getting the names wrong. Jesus. But
And listen, if you need the money, we have like 1,200 gold we just took from Thymor's chest.
No. 12,000.
12,000. I wrote
it's
down
not 1,200. It's 12.
There's 3 zeros there. There's 3
Yes.
zeros.
I even wrote it in the loot comment there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
if
haven't split up
anything-
amongst us yet, so
no,
we don't
Vicky
actually
has it all in her
completely know.
pocket right now because no one
Yeah,
but her
she-
cleaned it up.
Yeah, no, that's just what happens in this party. If no one says let's split it up, it's like, all right, well, I'll just keep it.
So Ricky right now has a really thick thigh.
Yeah. But if anything, I had the idea that if I was willing to get the components I need, and what Vicky tries to do fails, if I can get the the residuum I need,
What are you
I
trying to
can try-
cast?
reincarnate.
What is that?
Reincarnation is a spell that no matter how much is left of the person, they will come back. But there's no guarantee they'll look exactly the same. They will have all their memories, all their attributes, but they will be a completely different race. But the same person. Even if I just have a strand of hair or even a finger, I can remake them from nothing.
It's just
That's-
slowly
well-
looks at Babine's wife.
It's the only thing I
Yeah.
have that could probably fix this.
Guaranteed, 100%.
As far as I'm aware, I cannot guarantee he'll come back as a centaur. But I know for a fact he'll come back the same person he's always been, just with a different coat of paint.
Hmm.
As far as I'm aware. I've never used this spell before. I just know what I've been told.
I'm sure there are ways to fix that issue eventually.
As far as I'm aware, I don't know any other healing spells that could reattach someone's head to their body. Granted, there's
Well-
probably spells powerful enough to bring someone back in this condition that I don't have the access to yet.
I think
Like-
that's, what was Bavine's wife's name again? We don't,
We don't know her name
We
yet.
don't know her name. She never
What-
told us.
What was your name? No one's ever mentioned your name. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing.
I know
We
where
just
I
know
know
you
it from. I've
as
asked you
Bavine's
to
beautiful
DM
wife.
speak. That's where I know it from.
Anyway, what was that, Boomy? As Kyutrin had to say he knew it?
I asked
Sorry, no,
her
my
what
brain.
I asked her what her name was and said it's embarrassing because Bavine never mentioned it.
My name is Pulya.
Julia,
Well, yeah.
Nice name.
would you be okay with the reincarnation plan?
If he wants it, then he will say yes or no. Oh, come
It is
on,
his
Google
choice.
Chrome. What? Hold on, guys. Hold on.
No.
From
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
oh, Google
Because after all,
Chrome.
it has to be his wanting to come back.
Okay. That money. Who grabbed that money from the chest?
I
wasn't
have
there.
it. I mean, you it's exploded everywhere. You saw me like picked it up with magic hand and everything.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't. Look, last night was pretty hectic. I wasn't paying attention that much. If we split it up, that should be enough money for each of us, and should have enough money to do the thing with the residuum. And then you and Maddie can go plant a tree, go to Whitestone, and then come back.
I mean, it could work, but we have a total of 10 days before my form of reviving Bavine becomes obsolete. I know there's ways to reattach his head, but reinformation sounds dicey, if you ask me. I'm not sure if Bavine.
Look,
I mean, Bavine was pretty proud of being a centaur. Cannot imagine him just being cool about just having a new form.
I mean,
That's it.
it's his choice. If we try it and he doesn't want to come back, then that's his choice. But we won't know unless we try. After all,
mean-
we can't read the minds of the dead.
Can't you?
Me?
Like, what was? Who had that spell? I remember someone casting that spell once.
Yeah, it's the guy without a head.
Yeah.
No, somebody actually. No, I remember. Wasn't it Maddie the one who could speak to the dead? Oh,
No,
I remember wrong.
that was Bavine. Maddie
Oh,
doesn't
shit.
have that
Oh,
spell. That's
okay.
that's a cleric spell, not a
Oh,
druid spell.
never mind. The one without the head. Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, but no, I don't get that spell, even though I'm technically a necromantic druid. I don't get that.
Okay,
Well-
it took me a minute. I had a brain fart.
How about whatever we do, we need to get to what trees are. Maybe we should gather Bavine up and get him out of at least take him out of the city.
If Puglia wants to come with us,
I'm not leaving his side.
Okay, I have a
Well-
plan.
Well, if need be, I am rather quick. I can get us out of the city decently fast.
We gotta carry him out. Can you carry him?
isn't he on a cot?
Yeah, might take 2 people.
Yeah.
Well, aren't we going to get like the residuum and come back or something?
That's what I wanted to do, but if they want to take his body with us,
Well,
but
there's 2 options we can do this. We can try our. I can bring him back as he is. I know I can.
I just walk away.
Let's try and get him back as he is, because as much as it would be great for you to be able to do it now, and just quickly, I feel like he'd be much more comfortable in his own body.
understandable. I had an option that if nothing else worked, we could fall onto.
And that is what we will fall onto if nothing else works.
All right then.
But for right now, let's just try and get what we need. So, what's happening? Am I running someone out to the woods or like
So
what?
right now we need to find a way so we can reattach his head to his body. There's ways to do it, and if we cast a healing spell strong enough while we're trying to attach his head, it might have a chance of working.
Well, you and Nadia are the ones who have healing spells that I know of.
So we could try this and see if it works.
I
have healing word, and I can cast it at a really high level, and see if it works. I mean, we could try. Maddie and I, we could try it together and see if something happens.
I might have something a little bit more powerful than healing word I could try and weave into it.
No idea what that is.
I could try. I don't know, Zorn. I have that spell open. It's your say to say, would this work?
Spell open.
And my spells.
Oh, hold on. Oh, you're gonna make me look, ain't you?
Yes. I mean,
Well-
I can click it if you want to.
No. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That
Let me
might
cast-
do it.
Let me cast mend on his neck. There you go.
That's a cantrip.
Mend at 9th level.
Mend at 9th level, no.
No,
But
No,
Maddie,
no.
Yeah. Maddie? Maybe.
maybe we'll have to see.
Mhm.
So, Maddie will just look at Bavid's body and then look at Vicky and go, if you're willing to, try and hold as long as you can healing word on the wound. And, like, I will try this. If this works,
All right then.
we
So
could
we can-
probably heal the wound, and you do have residuum left, and I do have a diamond. You could try and use the ritual.
So let's prepare the body first then. Let's get
Okay.
it. Let's get him in a comfortable position and make this work. So I guess the same altar that we built for
Yeah, Druidcraft all
Our-
over again. Make him a lovely bed of leaves.
No, I mean like we still had the last one that where we had the Aurora.
That was built for Aurora. If you want to use that, you can.
I mean
Yeah, that was built for Aurora. This one would be specifically for Bavine.
okay. I mean that works. Either or. I don't see
Okay.
the difference.
So I'm gonna probably put like fucking horsetail like flowers and
Personally-
and orchids and shit.
I mean, I consider that area to be sacred at that point if I managed to bring Aurora back. So I wanted to see if I can build it close to it.
It's not sacred. Sacred ground's a totally different thing that you have to basically cast a spell on for a year to get sacred ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have that yet.
So I guess we can sit up there again and
Yeah.
see if we can make it happen. So
Alright, well,
I guess before I attempt this, I want to see
you,
if I can.
You have to do the neck first before you do the ritual, because once you do
Yes.
the ritual, you're starting the ritual. So
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing the neck. But before I start it, I want to cast Enhance Ability on myself and Maddie.
Okay.
That's a concentration spell.
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
And Healing Word is not.
Healing Word is not.
What are you giving him?
I'm giving us both something that helps us with Arcana, which would be Intelligence. So Al's Insight, I guess.
I think so.
No, it's just intelligence rolls. So anything that involves intelligence.
Yeah, anything is intelligence. So it gave us
For Arcana.
Fox Cunning? No. What is Arcana? What is intelligence?
You have the spell.
I'm trying to click it, but I don't know how to read or something dumb.
It's Fox's Cunning, yes.
Constitution, Strength, Dexterity, Charisma. Intelligence is Fox Cunning.
Yeah,
There we go. I
what
guess
you
it's
said.
Fox
Aha!
Cunning.
I'm cunning. I'm very intelligent.
All right, so you guys start to set up his body and things like that. You kind of set him in a resting position, and Puglia brings the head over and holds it in place to see if anything can happen.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna cast Healing Word on level 6.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to use this
Mm-hmm.
So
at level 6.
oh my god. This is
Because
funny.
this is the only thing I can cast it at.
Yep.
So let me do the rolls, I guess.
Yeah, you have to do the roll. You should be able to click it and then select 6th level.
It's gonna be funny. I've never cast such a. Oh god. Let me see.
Such a spell at such a high level.
Yeah, such a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Lucky?
Natural 1
Probably
for the
not.
healing.
Lucky does not affect this. That's only with...
That's for
so
skill
many-
checks and saves.
So many ones.
But because Maddie's putting a lot more energy in, I would like one of you to make a medicine check with advantage.
It's up to you, Vicky. Do you want me to do it or do you want to do it? Depends on who's better at wisdom.
I have Lucky, so.
Yeah, go for it. You have Lucky. Soft 20.
That's
You
a
know, it's
soft
a soft
20.
20. You can't go wrong with a soft 20.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a soft 20.
Yes, you can, because the 20 was the DC to meet it. 20 was the DC to meet it. As you guys... Vicky, as you sing to Bavine, the healing doesn't seem to be doing as much. You can kind of see the flesh start to stitch together, but it's not going fast until Maddie comes over and just a wash of black, sparkling midnight energy splashes into Bavine, and immediately you start to see the tendons start to reattach. You see the skin start to form. You see everything start to close back up. As, while still dead, the head is attached.
But you
Maddie,
found it.
after
You can run
you-
backwards.
I will say, after using that spell and saying something Maddie's never done before, Maddie just, because it took so much out of her his first time using it, she just almost fucking drops.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky's just like huffing, like, huh, okay. That worked somehow.
I'm glad!
I guess we can try bringing back your husband, says as she slowly looks at the Centaurus.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, Puglia, you will be very important for this next step.
It's gonna take another hour.
Gonna
We're gonna need 3 tributes once again.
3 tributes. A way of trying to convince him to come back. And I feel like you're the best thing to offer. I already made my contribute with the pile, so we need one more thing.
I don't really have anything that can. I don't. I can offer a couple of words, I guess. I'm kind of tapped off to getting Aurora back.
1 second, let me check something real quick.
Yeah, and as you do that, Kuzneth actually butts into you, Boomy.
Huh?
He was a crafter.
I know. I'm having a check. I thought. I go over to where I threw the judgment. See
Okay.
if there's any remains left.
Make an investigation check as you start to dig through that pile.
Yeah.
I think if it's remains, so it might still have some magic in it. It might be still worth an offer, especially if it's repairable.
Well, you have to make an investigation to find the damn thing first.
I'm looking for my page.
Check for the investigation check. Come on.
Investigation. Wait, 8.
It's an 8. You don't have disadvantage, luckily.
That's still real bad.
As you're digging through it, you find the barrel. Nothing else.
I bring it back like this probably won't be worth anything, actually. It's all that remains. But
Don't
actually...
don't you have anything you made that you could offer?
Yeah, didn't he make you something?
Yeah.
Or anything
in
you
the
make.
Cart.
Or anything you make.
Only thing I have that I made on me is I pull out the biter.
Well,
What about that armor he made you?
That's in the cart.
You're not wearing it?
I'm wearing the adamantine. He did the mithril. I don't have the adamantine on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's in the
That's
cart.
Right.
But you want to do a 4-hour trip out of town to get the cart and back.
I mean, it'd probably be 2 hours for me, to be fair.
If you have Katrin help you, and I can no longer teleport for plants, and Vicky is preoccupied, so
I mean, the cart at least literally like a half day's travel out of town.
Don't you have any like clockwork or bombs or anything that you always tinker with?
Not. I go through my stuff some more. Well, no, I left them. They're in my trunk, which is on the airship. I mean, because what clockwork stuff I did have, we used to blow up the ballistas.
and I don't think putting a bomb next to our
Yeah.
him would
I
be
look
the
at the
best
biter.
thing.
I look at the biter again.
Aurora kind of shakily gets up.
I'll hand the biter over.
and
Like, use this.
I was going to. Aurora gets
Are
up.
you sure?
I was going to offer my necklace.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's been crafted, though not by me, but something.
It could be something.
I'll
who's
gladly
necklace,
give.
though?
I'll give up the biter for him. I can do another one.
Okay. So you're gonna give him the biter?
Yes, I'm giving up the biter.
All right. So okay.
And then I essentially explain how the ritual works to Pulia, and that if she wants to contribute her devotion to try and get him back, she can.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have the biter, we have my pile of my bed that I've made, and then I feel the best person for the last final piece would be Pulia.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. So
I guess I pulled the next 500 green glass and set up the ritual again and get ready.
Right. And as you spread the glass around his body and start preparing the ritual, Boomy,
Yeah.
you step up, place the biter on his chest, and what do you say?
You helped us do so much. You fixed our bodies, you fixed our equipment, and you fixed our friendships in a way too. And at least I can give this up to help fix you.
Roll me a tinkerer's check.
Advantage or disadvantage, just normal.
Straight roll.
Oof. Ooh, 18.
18. The sound of hammers ring out through the air as a warm breeze ruffles Bavin's hair.
I step away. I step back slowly.
The offering has been accepted. Maddie. As the hammering continues, you can start to see that the grass is starting to wilt underneath him a little bit from the surprising heat coming off of what you can only assume would be maybe a forge. I want you to give me a nature's check.
Nature. 19.
19. And as you're looking at it and willing the grass through Druidcraft to blossom once more, you suddenly hear the rolling sounds of thunder and lightning, along with the gentle wind-swept breeze of grass blowing in the wind as it shakes and rolls. And you hear the sound of what assumed to be horses running in the distance. The offer has been accepted.
Good.
It is now Puya's turn. Puya steps forward and just goes, I know I haven't been the greatest wife to you, always making you chase me and find me again and again, and I know it's been fun for you, but this time it caught up to us. I always thought I would be the first one to die, but I knew you had my back, and I'd be able to see you again no matter the cost, but I think it's time, though, that we settle down and start that family you wanted. 'Cause, well, I was going to surprise you, but I'm pregnant. All right. I gotta roll a persuasion with her, which is not good.
I think with that pregnancy thing, advantage.
Oh, it's advantage, yeah, but she has a negative in her charisma.
Oh yeah, cause barbarian man.
Ooh,
That'd be funny.
She's so lucky she had advantage because she rolled a natural 1 on one of those.
Oh!
I want to surprise you. Don't fucking surprise me. I don't need anymore.
She's like, she's like,
Oh,
baby?
pregnant?
I don't want
No.
to.
Pregnant? I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pregnant. I'm out.
I want a divorce.
As you guys listen, and you hear the subtle bang of hammers, the rush of wind, amidst all that, you hear the laughter of children. As Vicky, as you cast this, you see the glass start to float in the air and take on a reddish hue. I now need another roll. That was 3 successes, though. Okay. And with that, you see the glass immediately go to Bavin's flesh and just press in. It's almost as if it was liquid. And you can see it start to travel up his body straight to where his neck is. And then in a brilliant orange flash, you see the glass just disappear from his body as he floats back down towards the ground a little bit. You wait for a couple seconds.
And he's alive.
There's Bavine! It's just like,
Bavine!
her hands just squeals.
You're pregnant? That is-
Everyone just starts laughing there.
And that is where we're going to end the session tonight.
Oh god! I will tell you right now, Manny's just gonna start fucking bawling.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to ask, the offerings are used by it, right?
Yes, the offerings are used. So unfortunately,
Your
the
biter is gone.
Well, I now have 2 excuses to make a new gun. The
Yeah.
gun,
Which-
Offerings are gone.
And just so you guys know, there's going to be a month's worth of downtime after this as you help rebuild the city a little bit.
Yeah.
go get our carts and stuff and bring them in.
Yes, the
finally.
carts will be gotten and everything, but we will be starting the Wings of Freedom in a month's time in their timeline. So each of you is going to have to get in contact with me about seeing what you do. Otherwise, you're just going to lose money.
I don't have money, so fuck you.
Well,
Oh,
I'm just gonna...
we have 120,000 gold right now.
No.
That I get to split.
You're adding too many zeros again. It's
12,000.
We have 1,200,000.
Lovely.
We have
I
one.
need to be right back. 'Cause I gotta go to the
We have
bathroom.
1 septillion gold.
Yes, which, by the way, if split among all 6 of you... Actually, no, it'll only 5, technically. But split among all...
It's 2,400. Did the math.
Yes, it'd be 2,400 gold apiece.
For all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I put too many zeros.
Oh, and since the ship didn't blow up, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We won that bet too. I forget how much we bet.
I will have to look it up, but...
Yeah, you'll have to look that up. But I
But
will
yeah.
tell you right now,
I made the bet, so
Mm-hmm.
No, all
I
of
get
us. No, it
Not
was
all of
either
us.
that. If the ship gets destroyed, all of us will have to pay him that amount.
I think I was the only one who took the bet. So
No, we all
Yeah.
agree on the bet because if the ship got
I
destroyed,
will,
bet.
I will
the
look it
deal
up.
was
I
that
will,
all of us were gonna pay him.
I will look it up, all right? But as most people have noticed, the Wings of Freedom has been having a little technical issues. For some reason, the stream is not working. I don't know if it's my computer or internet. We apologize for not streaming, but we are doing the best we can in these times. It could also be that everybody's getting on the internet right now, and I just don't know. Either way, YouTube is also having a hard time, so I'd like to, again, apologize to everybody that I'm sorry this happened, but we'll get through it. Also, if you're going to at me about the whole healing thing, I would just like to say it has been done before by other DMs to reattach body parts with a high enough spell. They don't revive them, but you can attach body parts. And once it's reattached, then the raised dead can heal most mortal wounds.
Yeah. I'm good.
So.
But I already know what I'm gonna have Maddie do.
Mm-hmm.
The
All right.
downtime. I'll just
But-
have to talk to you.
Yep, but besides that fact, Maddie, where can we find you, honey?
Multiple places now, as I have 2 types of Twitters. I have my NSFW and my SFW Twitter. At Edgar Nightmare, apparently, decided to swap my names for my SFW Twitter. Sawsbuck for my NSFW Twitter. My Furfinity is Ask Nightmare Edgar, and so is my DeviantArt. And I also moved back to Tumblr, which is the same as my DeviantArt and my fucking Furfinity.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Leave me
Fen.
alone.
Yeah, Fen, Boomy, the one that has no weapons right now except for the shotgun.
yeah, I have the boom cannon and a cutlass still,
Yep.
and 4 daggers.
Ooh.
One thing I need to.
Yes,
I need to, one thing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to delete the judgment and the bite. They've been deleted.
I gave you that gun only a couple of sessions ago, and you blew it the fuck up.
I swear to
Hey,
God.
I didn't make it.
I know, and I gave it to you. It's just like, okay, fine, but you blew it up, so all right.
I was hoping it would be more of a more powerful magical explosion instead of just being fireball.
A level 3
level.
fireball is nothing to sneeze at.
It didn't even kill the guy. Okay.
That's
out
because
of
he made a
curiosity,
saving
if I
throw.
would
Anyway,
have used it,
Boomy, where
if I
can we
would-
find you? Instead of arguing semantics a little bit.
You can find me here right now. I I'm still not sure if I want to go back to YouTube or not with everything's going on.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Mallow, you still being a good boy and staying off the internet?
In a way, yes.
Fair enough. Fair
So-
enough. Alrighty. Burnt is muted, so I'm going to assume he's a little preoccupied. But Cask, where can we find you, my friend?
You can find me in Mexico. Ah!
No, we can't. You
can
moved to the
find
north,
me-
idiot.
I thought you moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I actually moved to Pennsylvania. That's part of the reason why we didn't have D&D for like 2 weeks. But sorry. Yeah. It's a bit of a moving, but yeah, you can find me on for Affinity under the name Aragon15, or you can find me on Twitter or Newgrounds under the name tag Cask. All my links are not safe for work, so be mindful.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Before
Burnt,
we
are you
fully
back?
end, I need to.
Yeah, Burnt, you back or no?
I guess not.
Nope.
Before you fully ended, because you just sort of ended it, I was gonna do like 2 things, like grab 2 things. I wanted to get that pouch. Can I remember it? That the murder dropped,
Mm-hmm. We'll
His
we'll
skull.
discuss it after, okay?
Yeah. Well,
and also his maul. Just so I can have it and maybe sell it later.
Okay, we'll get with that. But Burnt, are you here?
no, I think his mom stole him,
Okay. Well,
as she always does.
if he pops up, we'll talk to him in a second. But you can find me here at Zorn32 on the YouTube. Or actually, no, it's just Zorn on the YouTube. It's Zorn32 on the Twitter. That's right. I forget my own handles because I'm a.
Though if you search Zorn32 on YouTube, you find his channel.
Hey, there's me. But that's other
'Cause
things.
I had
So,
to do that.
mm-hmm. But yeah, so you can find us here, and like I said, we will continue to be doing Wings of Freedom. We hope to get back to live streaming soon. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. If it persists again next week, I know I've said it before, but we might move to Twitch. I don't know. The only reason I haven't done it yet is because it's a pain in the butt to download the file and then upload it to YouTube again. So that's the only reason I haven't gone to Twitch yet, because of that fact. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. We've been rambling so much, and you know what? I hope you all enjoy the show.
Diana.
Good morning.